Welcome, everybody. Episode 208 of the Thumbstick Athletes Podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
No, 209, sorry.
Ooh.
But anyway, go ahead. Continue.
I'm Eric.
I'm not going to restart.
I'm Will.
I'm Corey.
So our topic for today is going to be Rocket League. But first, I think congrats are in order. Our sister had her first child over this weekend.
Good job, Allison.
Woo!
So congrats to her and her boyfriend up in Canada. He's going to be a hockey player probably because he was a hockey player. So we're hoping neither of my kids are going to be athletes. I don't think so. We're hoping to have one in the family.
Watch them both be in the Olympics.
Esports athletes.
No, even that. No. But anyway, yeah, our topic for the day is going to be Rocket League. Anyone have anything they want to tease for later on in the episode?
I do.
What do you got?
I played a lot since it's been 2 weeks since I've been on.
That's true. Yeah.
So I played a lot of Smash in honor of Iwata. I played Earthbound. I started it.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a little bit of talk of Heroes of the Storm, Rock Band, and I also played Journey.
Nice.
Oh, you're going to talk about Heroes of the Storm?
Journey?
I played Journey.
Oh my god.
Oops.
That's warms
That's
my
awesome.
heart, Will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got something to tease.
What do you got?
I played Etrian Mystery Dungeon.
Uh-huh.
Played a couple hours of that.
Oh, that's the game you got last week.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Cool. Any teasers?
I
Eric?
played Rocket League and Heroes of the Storm, and that is it.
I have nothing to tease. I only played, other than Rocket League, I played lots more Splatoon and Remember Me. So that's what I'll talk about later. Let's get into Rocket League. If you've listened to this podcast before, well, which you probably have if you're listening right now, right? We've actually talked about Rocket League before. Eric probably brought it to our attention, 2 months ago, maybe?
During the beta.
During a beta. And, we talked a little bit about it. Most people know it's probably, it's a soccer, I guess, with cars, for lack of a better term. But let's get into the controls, because I think controls are what really make the game in Rocket League. Obviously, you have your it's like driving a car, I guess. I mean, any racing or driving game.
At its very basest level,
Yeah.
it's go.
Yeah. Stop. Go.
Go backwards.
Reverse. Yeah.
Boost.
There's the turbo boost and then a jump button. But the controls there's more nuance to the way the controls work too. And I didn't know this at first. It wasn't until I had read on Kotaku the tips for playing Rocket League to play through the whole tutorial, because I didn't do any of the tutorial. I just jumped right in because the controls did seem easy, but there is some more like advanced moves you can do, like the double jump. Do you know there's a double jump? Yeah, and if you do your jump and then aim in a direction and hit the jump again, it'll kind of fling your car in that direction to do like headers or to flip.
Does like a barrel roll
when you kick the ball.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how you kind of direct the ball if you're not gonna hit it like at the exact right angle, which I didn't know right off the bat either. Yeah.
Wow, I did
There's
not know
there's that one. There's also a way to fly. Do you guys know how to fly?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't play any of the tutorial.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I would never.
Self-taught Rocket League.
I would never have known that if I hadn't done the tutorial. So yeah, if you jump and then aim your car like up, because you can kind of control yourself in the air, and then hit the boost, it'll send you flying up in the air.
Okay, that makes sense.
You really do need to have a full boost, though.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it takes a little boost, and I haven't come across a situation where I would need that in an actual
for
match.
Really advanced players.
It's for advanced players, definitely.
show off.
If you ever watch YouTube videos of people doing it and scoring crazy goals, you just be like, holy fuck. I hope I never come across that guy online.
So, and Corey, I know you, after quite a bit of time playing, we're still learning new things.
Sure, I played a good maybe 15 matches or so. It might even been more than that before I realized you could boost.
Right.
And
I can't believe that, Corey.
I kind of felt like I was missing something because everybody seemed to be going a lot faster than me, and I thought I had tried pressing all the buttons because I didn't do any of the tutorial stuff either. I just jumped right in, and then finally I pressed B on my controller and realized you could boost. And then later I found out there was a power slide too, which makes turning quite a bit easier. But Dan, you mentioned that Kotaku post, and I wanted to bring this up to you guys. Which camera mode do you guys play in? Because I have a really hard time playing on ball cam mode, but apparently that's the one. Like if you want to get really good at Rocket League, you need to use.
That's what I use almost exclusively,
Really?
unless I'm trying to line up a shot like perfectly. I'll put it on just behind the car cam, but I pretty much exclusively use the ball cam.
I wish I had started by doing that because now I'm like in a like
Tunnel,
for lack
well,
of a better word mode
Yeah.
of using just the behind the car mode.
Yeah.
And it's when I switch to ball cam mode, I just suck, and it's like I don't want to spend the time to get better at it, so I just revert back to what I know.
Yeah.
Fuck ball cam mode.
Yeah, that's
That's
hard.
the worst.
Man.
Can't do it.
See, I can't track the ball if I don't have that on. Like,
You just got to get really good at using the right thumbstick.
yeah, I
don't
can't do it.
I don't even do that.
I feel like do you play defensively at all?
Nope.
That's why you don't do it.
Because I don't.
And
Yeah, you're.
if
probably
you want to
right.
get better at the game, you need to learn how to play defensively.
See, I'm bad on defense.
Yeah, that's the key. Is actually what I've taken to is I like to play like a defensive midfield role. So I like to stay back starting out and choose my spots wisely. Like I will gather boost, and I almost always try to have 100 boost as frequently as I can. So I'll stay back and like I'll wait until my teammates push the ball up, and I wait until I'm sure that they're gonna get it like across the goal, and then I'll just boost up forward and try to smash it in. But that's what I like to do. I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, playing defense.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is find people. What I did yesterday, for instance, I was playing with this guy. We got in a match together, and it just so happened that we both kept playing with each other. And he was really good, and he played a similar way that I did, and he was really good at passing the ball in. And we just had like a good chemistry together. So like when I would go up off of defense, he would rotate back. And he was in a group with another guy, it turned out. And we just kept rotating and playing really well, and we were winning quite a bit. So I ended up sending him a friend request and saying, hey, let's play again sometime. So we played together and I actually got a gold trophy for winning 10 games in a row with him.
Nice.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so if you find that you're playing with people who are really good defensively, you should friend request them if you're going to play this game a lot and play with them because it helps so much.
That was it.
If you want to play competitive and like really get into it, you need to learn how to play defense.
Yeah.
That's the key.
That was one of the tips on the Kotaku article. Tips for playing Rocket League is, he's like he basically, I think it was Kirk Hamilton maybe. He said you kind of have to play it like you actually play soccer. Like all 11 dudes or whatever aren't on the ball all the time trying to kick it. They spread
all about
out.
positioning.
Yep, they spread out, find open space. Like if you're playing 4-on-4 or whatever, and there's 3 guys on the ball, like go find an open spot on the field and wait there, and the ball will probably come to you, or you can make a break back for defense.
Absolutely. And Eric, to your point about having somebody to play defensively, it's funny, the first time I wanted to try the different game modes, so I did a 2v2, which turns out I think is my favorite mode. But I played with a guy, his name was Gmen9193, and he exclusively played defense, and a lot of times just sat in the net. And we went like 8-0, and I had to log off, but we won every single game, and he just stayed in the net the whole time and just blocked every shot. It was great.
It's really good when you find somebody that's great on defense. I found a few people like that, and I just keep hoping that they're going to keep playing with me because it's so helpful. It frees everybody up. It's exactly what happened to Arsenal this past season. They needed a defensive midfielder so badly, and they had a young one out because they can loan players out. So they loaned this guy out, and he wasn't really that great when they loaned him out anyway. He's really young and everything. He came back in January, and they recalled him, and the team was infinitely better when he came back into the squad because he stays back, plays his role on defense, and he gets forward rarely, but, he picks his spots, and he's a good passer. So, like, it's the same thing here. If you find somebody that stays back and plays that role and can just kind of clear the ball to the other end and get the counterattack going, it helps infinitely.
Yeah.
So...
Word.
That's what I like to do. That's the role that I enjoy the most. I wouldn't say I'm great at defense, but I like to do it.
Yeah. I don't mind hanging back, but I was telling these guys before we started the episode that I'm hot garbage at Rocket League. And especially when I first started playing, like more often than not, I feel like my teammates could have accused me of trying to win for the other team because I was the guy that when they're trying to clear the ball, I would be in the way and keep it in our zone, or the guy that would be trying to stop a goal from happening and I would bump it into the goal. Like I was that guy. Like
I've been backing up before and knocked the ball in.
10 or 15 matches probably. I bet you I scored 8 to 10 goals on my own team, and I just so I did the tutorial because I felt like you, Corey. I felt like I was missing something. Like other people were doing things that I couldn't do. So I did that, and it helped. I'm still not much better, but at least I know what all the controls are, so that helped.
It's
I ended up feeling bad for my potential teammates, so I played a lot of the season mode. I did a full on season on pro level difficulty. I ended up winning the championship, but it was not because of me.
You
well done.
Jester. Yeah.
I had a decent team. Yeah. So.
Another thing that I like about this game is that I feel like the 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4 are all almost different games.
Yeah. See that
because of the different strategies you have to take. Like you like Corey said, like 2v2 is really fun because you have to be able to like count on your partner to play defense. Because if you just are both going forward, you're gonna get your asses kicked. And I think that's really cool. Whereas 4v4, you have more people to rush back, and somebody's usually in a pretty good spot to get back on defense. But I like that the different amount of people kind of changes the game pretty dramatically, and it really shows off the strategy part of the game.
Did anyone do ranked mode?
yes.
A little bit.
I didn't do any ranked mode.
It needs some work.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Corey was saying, he texted this to us. The quitting in the game is a little out of hand
Okay.
because there's not any repercussions for quitting.
Oh.
So if people get down by like 3 goals, they just quit, and then AI comes in, and the game skips around a little bit, and then the game will start skipping around again, and that means somebody's joining again, and it's frustrating.
I didn't even get AI to join. If somebody quit, it was just me. If it was,
really?
Or just me, and if it was the 3v3, it was just 2. We didn't even get AI. But Psyonix did confirm that punishment for quitting ranked play is coming in the next patch.
Oh, good. Which is coming out soon, by the way.
Good. But also, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say they're very active on their Twitter, so
Yeah.
follow them if you want updates.
Yep, and Reddit too. They're always posting on the Reddit threads that pop up about stuff. But they, I forgot what I was. Another thing I didn't like about ranked mode was that it never, once you finished a match, you couldn't seamlessly transition into another one. You had to back out to the main menu. Did you have that issue?
That's really annoying.
What's with that?
I don't understand that. I'm sure they have a reason. Maybe honestly, if you tweet them, they'll probably tell you the reason. But I don't know what that reason is. I couldn't figure it out.
Maybe it was to help matchmaking initially, because I know that when it first launched, they had trouble with matchmaking. Maybe it was just easier for them to have everybody back out and restart the ranked mode or whatever.
I don't know. I only tried a couple of ranked games, so I'm not really sure. But I found that very frustrating too, Corey, and that was one of the reasons I didn't go back to it.
That was the main reason. I mean, as much as the people quitting really frustrated me, the inability to seamlessly transition to the next game really turned me off. I'm like, it's a little thing, but it's so annoying that I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother with this. Another thing I noticed was the achievement tracking is sort of messed up. Did you guys have any issues with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a few that didn't register at all.
Yeah, I've got a handful that haven't score your first goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done that a few times.
Yeah.
Someday you'll get your first
that
goal,
should
Eric.
pop up.
It did pop up and then it went away.
Oh, really?
Now I don't have
Weird.
it.
Okay.
But that's happened with a few. Like win an online match, just some weird stuff like that
Yeah.
I've done for
Yeah.
sure that I got and then it's gone. Or I just didn't get.
Right.
So I don't know if I'll be able to platinum it because this is honestly probably the best shot I've got at platinuming a game
really?
ever on PS4. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens with my trophies.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that stinks.
But
Dan,
Will,
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Corey. We
No,
didn't do our experiment either.
Oh,
We
yeah,
forgot.
we should do that soon.
Go ahead.
Make a YouTube video out of it. You mentioned you did the season mode. How many games did you play in the season?
You can set it up, but I think I did 18.
Okay.
That's what I did.
And then I think 3-round playoffs or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I set it to 9 just because I wanted to experience the season. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten through it yet, but I put it all the way up on All Star, and I think I'm 4-2 right now.
okay.
Wow.
We got some feedback about that. I think it was Dave in Boston. He compared it to Madden. How if you play on Pro, it's way too easy, and if you up it to All Pro, it's way too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I noted like on All Star the AI is really good, but it works both ways. Your teammates are also really good. So what I tried to do is just kind of stay back and just play defense and let them figure out the offense side of it because I did 3-on-3 and it worked out pretty well. I named my team the Warriors.
Nice.
But I like
went-
you pick your teammates and they have names and I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
is.
it was cool. I enjoyed that. Like I said, I didn't feel bad for my potential teammates that I could get teamed up with to screw up our synergy. You know,
I
I'm
actually
playing with
lost in
AI.
the championship game in my season.
I could see that. My team was like, I was only like, I think I was like 10-8 or whatever. I
Yeah.
was like the 4th seed in the playoffs, and
I think I
some
was
of the
the
games were
third.
pretty hard.
Yeah,
You get behind by like 2 goals right off the bat, and it's hard to catch up.
it is. Tito in the chat wants to know what our favorite garage items are. So you want to get into the customization a little bit?
Yeah.
This is what I was gonna bring up. Actually, I like that how you can customize everything and have like your own little. Because I like when I do my boost, like it's my purple little like flame.
That's my
stuff.
favorite customization.
It's cool.
The exhaust trail.
Yeah,
I have the pink line for my exhaust trail.
I was gonna go pink, but I decided purple.
Yeah.
I have the stars
Uh-huh.
that shoot out the back, and I was going with the sparkles at first. It's real subtle, kind of classy.
Yeah.
But right now I'm going with the stars. I had the money trail going at first. But yeah, I'm liking the stars and the sparkle. I'm also going with the halo over my head. I
Yep.
don't really have a reason. I just kind of like it.
Uh-huh.
I used the Viking helmet for a while, and I just unlocked the Team Fat flag,
Oh, okay.
which is for Kind of Funny Games.
Yep.
Colin and Greg, they used to be on IGN.
nice.
So I'm going with that. I had the soccer ball for a while. I also had the star. The star kind of matched my halo and my sparkles. So I just was kind of going for that. Tito in the chat said he's gone full wizard.
Okay. I've got the wizard hat too.
Wizard
on my
hat,
car.
star antenna, and star jet stream. So similar to me.
That's what I have too.
That's what you have too.
Star or wizard hat. I have stars on my car and the star jet stream.
That's funny.
I'm also kind of at the beginning for all the unlockable stuff. I've unlocked all the cars, but a lot of the other stuff I haven't unlocked, like a lot of the paint jobs and stuff like that. I've only done a few of them.
Does that unlock in the same order for everybody, or is it just kind of random?
Is it by leveled?
It's random.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What kind of car are you guys using? Do you know?
Paladin. It's the little squat one with the weird looking fenders.
Okay. I
It
want
looks
to
like a
say,
prowling
is there
cat.
one called Venom?
No.
It's one in like the bottom left corner.
Okay.
Is what I'm using. I really like it. And then I have the skull decals on it, and it's like a rib cage across my hood.
Oh, nice.
It looks pretty sweet.
That is cool.
Doesn't really fit my heaven theme. I'm going for that Diablo heaven and hell feel.
Oh, nice.
That's why I picked the halo in honor of Tyrael.
Mike in Minnesota's got a fez, the tennis ball, and the star. The Star Stream, very popular.
Popular, yeah.
I don't,
It's awesome. It looks so cool.
I don't have the Star Stream.
You know what else I like is the H2O stream with the water coming out the back. Have you seen that?
I
one?
haven't seen that one.
It's really cool looking.
The weirdest one I saw was the bubbles
Yeah.
trail. That was on one of my teammates for my season mode.
Okay.
Mitty was our goal scorer on our team.
Jake says there is a Venom car. I think that's what I use.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't know which one that
Corey?
is.
I'm not sure what I used, to be honest with you.
I started off with the minivan, and then I went to like a buggy looking car,
yeah.
and then I went with the Paladin.
Mine's
which is
like- Sorry.
Go ahead.
Mine's some sort of like Hummer kind of car.
Oh, the truck.
Could be.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
But they've already actually added some free customization stuff to the PS4 one. I don't know if it's on PC or not, but Blacklight Retribution, they put some items from that in there.
Oh,
yeah.
antennas, and I think there's a flag that they put in. And they have their first DLC coming out soon. I read on Twitter. Some of it's going to be free, some of it's going to be paid. I will definitely be downloading whatever they put out. But yeah,
I have a
you
guy.
guys, yeah, go ahead.
One thing I didn't realize what was going on at first, and I really like this feature, is when time is running out, it's like basketball, kind of like, not like basketball, it's a bad example, but the game won't end until the ball hits the ground,
Yep.
which I really like.
Keep it in the. I'm just waiting for that first time
Yeah.
that my team needs to tie the game.
And somebody juggles
And
it.
get to overtime, and we juggle it and fucking bomb one from like half court, and I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Well, it started. I didn't realize that was the case, and I get really frustrated. I'd be like, "Why? Why won't the game? Like, if my team's winning, why won't the game end? Why won't the game end?" Like, getting really pissed. And then I realized that's why it wasn't ending,
Yeah.
because the ball hadn't hit the ground. So, but I really do like that feature.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite goal that you've scored?
There's so few.
yes.
You do, Will? How much have you played, Will?
I've played about 20 online games, and I've done maybe I think I'm 10-3 in my season.
I forgot we played together.
Yeah.
That's right. I've played so much. I really have.
But my favorite goal, I was at half court, and I was kind of dribbling the ball forward a little bit, and I had two cars coming at me. So what I did is, it was bouncing a little bit. I got under it and bounced it up into the air over them, and then I jet boosted over the other cars and landed and dribbled it in and just pushed it in.
The best goals to me are not the long range ones. That's actually fairly easy.
Yeah, it is.
The two that stick out in my head is the one I talked about last week when I played with Tito, and I had a very similar one this afternoon where it was one-on-one with the goalie, and I timed it just right when he came out, and I just gave it the ever so slight nudge to the right, and he just went flying by me, and I just boosted it in, and it was so satisfying.
Nice.
Oh God.
It's great when you score a goal like that.
Oh man, because when you mean to do it too, it's like I know exactly what I want to do here, but pulling it off is going to be the trick.
Exactly.
Because you have to hit it just right.
Because it's not easy.
No.
At all.
Fuck. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Corey. Like you were saying, when the time runs out, I really like when that happens too. When you're down, because I mostly play 3v3, and I really like that mode because that leaves somebody back to play defense and put two people forward. And I just think it's a good balance. But I like when the time gets down and either you're down or the other team is down, because it's just like soccer, where one team, everybody will just stay back on defense, and then the other team is just pushing forward, and you're so vulnerable. And you know you're vulnerable, but there's nothing you can do. You have to push forward.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in real soccer, and it's so great. The last, 15 minutes or minute in Rocket League versus soccer is just and it's fantastic. But
Agreed. And one comparison I want to draw, Dan, you brought it up briefly last week, but you're right that it's mostly like soccer, but there is a little bit of hockey when you're in the corners, especially.
Oh, I brought that up, brother.
Oh, I thought Dan was the one that said it
Oh,
was
no.
like hockey.
Dan said it's a little bit like strikers with
It reminds me of strikers.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it'll be interesting to see because they approved the 3v3 overtime in the NHL. So maybe we can get
Oh, did they?
some pointers for Rocket League from the NHL this season.
Did you get
See what
that
they
feeling
do.
too, though, when you're digging in the corners?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's awesome.
Scooping it out.
Yes.
Or in my case, I started taking to just slamming people out of the way.
Yeah.
That's a
Just
part of
crush
the
'em.
game that I feel is underutilized.
Yeah.
I played against a team this afternoon that was by far the roughest I've ever played. They were blowing my shit up every chance they had, and I
Yeah.
was getting so frustrated,
Yeah.
and they got in my head. So I started chasing them around instead of trying to win.
Oh boy.
It was so frustrating, and I feel like that's something that is underutilized in this game.
Yeah.
So
Even if you're not boosting and blowing them up, even if you just bump them,
yeah.
Bump them
Yeah.
out of the way, and that's what I started taking. it.
body them up.
Yeah.
It's funny you had that experience, Eric, because right before we were recording, I was playing, and there was a guy on the other team, and he had like 5 goals or something in one game. And so the next game we played, everybody was on the same team as before, so I knew I had to go after this guy. So I had never done this before, but I just spent the whole game like banging into him and exploding him and stuff.
Yeah.
Our team still lost by a lot, but he did not have a single goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I felt great.
Corey, you were the shutdown man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's great about this game, and they really need to they could really build something with this game. They already really have. I think that I saw today on their Twitter that the most concurrent players that they've had online at one time was 187,000.
Oh, wow.
Which is awesome. But they need to implement some sort of FIFA, for instance, has a tournament mode
Yeah.
where you can play through a full 16 team tournament or something like that. They need to implement something like that online where you can play against teams, or even you can form a club team and play against other club teams.
It's a great idea.
You know what I mean? And you could build rivalries with these people, because when I was playing against those guys today, they were blowing me up. I'd see them. It was crazy, because I would see the guy that had just blown me up while I'm chasing the ball, but instead I would just turn and try to fucking rail him. And you could literally have rivalries where, in a 7-game series in hockey, by the end of it, they hate each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
You could do that with this game.
The meta game.
It could
You're
just be
right.
amazing.
You're right.
right.
A tournament mode with club teams is a great
Yes.
idea for that.
So
Great
we'll see.
idea.
We'll see what they do. I feel like they're gonna really keep at it and go with it, because the game is pretty universally loved.
Yeah.
And it's already turned into an esport.
There's
so-
nothing
Really?
to dislike about it. Even I suck at it and I still have fun with it. You
Yeah.
know? It's still a really well done game.
ESL already adopted it.
Really?
I've actually watched a couple tournaments.
That's amazing.
It's the only game that I've watched on Twitch that is just as much fun to watch as just play.
Yeah. And this Twitch viewers for it, there's a lot of people viewing
There's
it,
a ton of people watching it.
which is great.
Oh,
You gotta wonder though, Dan, and I was thinking this: is it ever going to be like Heroes of the Storm though, where we sort of get phased out because we don't have the interest to play it as much to keep up with everybody, and all the noobs
Definitely.
stop
Yeah, I mean-
playing? And
Yeah, I only stick with online games for about a month, and then I move on to something else. It's something that because one of the cool things about it though is the crossplay. If once we figure out that because they don't have an option yet where PS4 players and Steam players can play against each other, but there's no way for them to team up with each other. So once we figure out, or once they add in the feature, so I can get on a team with Eric and Will on PS4, then I'm more likely to jump into a game, because it's also the type of game it doesn't require the knowledge and skill as a Heroes of the Storm. I'll go in and I'll ruin our team chemistry. That's fine, and still have fun doing it. It won't be Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, this game's definitely a little easier than Heroes of the Storm to be into.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those minute to learn, lifetime to master type of games.
like Hearthstone.
Whereas something like Heroes of the Storm, you really need to play it a lot to have fun and be good at it.
Yeah.
So
I was playing with Tito in LA the other day, and he brought up a good point, and we're going to repeat this in his feedback, but how cool would it be if they had announcers, British announcers,
yeah.
calling the games?
That would be pretty cool.
He actually brought up the idea of putting a clip together where Ray Hudson is a famous announcer. I think he does Barcelona games, but it's unlike anybody you've ever heard call any other game. The way he describes goals, how he comes up with the shit that he says, it blows my mind. But Tito thought about chopping up some goal clips and then attaching Ray Hudson Barcelona calls to them
That's a
great
and making
idea.
a video. It would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think that they could really do a lot with the ESL leagues, by getting actual soccer announcers
Yeah.
to do it. It would be fucking amazing.
They probably got the money to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, because I wanted to find out how the whole PS Plus thing worked for them, and why they would do PS Plus, considering the hype that was surrounding it. And I was reading, and they actually posted this on Reddit, opened up about it and said what the deal was. Sony approached them early on and said they wanted to make it part of the PS Plus
Well,
instant game collection. Is that what it's called?
yes, it is.
Instant game collection. Okay. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? We don't know how this game's gonna do. And then they had the beta and saw how much people loved it. So they decided they weren't going to do the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection because they figured they'd make a ton of money on sales. But apparently Sony came back to them and said, no, we really want this in our IGC, and this is how much we want it. And apparently offered them a lot of money to do it. So
I've always wondered how that works. And you know what? The thing that they're going to gain from that is they're going to have a lot more people that played it. And those people are probably going to download all the DLC they put out.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And that's the thing about this game is it's a great start to something that they could add infinite amount of things to add on to make it even better.
It's just like buying skins in Heroes of the Storm. Like it's stupid probably to a lot of people, but if you love a game that much, you're willing to spend $5 on a pack of new fucking antennas that you can put on your car.
I would love to have new. Like I would buy a pack of new cars.
Yeah,
new car bodies, I guess you could say.
They were supposed to show a new model for a car that they're putting out on Twitter today. I forgot to check.
Me being into cars.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley.
I'm not into cars at all, and it's still, I'm pumped about it.
One of my friends, I messaged him on PSN, and I was like, hey, check out Rocket League. And he's like, oh, how much is it? And I was like, it's free. And he's like, all right, well, I'll download it. And he downloaded it, and he loves it. So that's like an example of somebody who wouldn't probably played it before, but got a chance to play it and loves it, and will buy DLC for it.
Yeah.
So.
And you brought this up, Eric. One thing I would pay for is a custom logo.
Dude.
Yes.
I would be all over that like flies on shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That'd be awesome.
What I would give to have a Thumbstick Athlete's flag logo.
Yeah.
or on the hood of your car. Oh,
yeah.
God, that'd be amazing.
We'd wear it with pride.
You wouldn't get a wiener?
I'm telling you, I'll tweet them and ask them. They will answer me. They literally answer everybody. They must have a guy that just sits on Twitter all day.
Answers Twitter questions.
And they're super good about. You want to know how you know a game is fantastic? When the servers suck as bad as they did for this game when it first started, and people are still playing it without bitching.
When I was before Eric sent me a copy, when I was debating on whether or not I wanted to buy it, I read a lot of the reviews, and all the negative ones were, except for one, people were bitching about the servers. That was it. There was one guy who just said $20 for this game, WTF? Like, okay, buddy. But that was the one complaint that didn't say something about the servers. That was it. All the other, and out of, I would say probably 5% of the reviews were negative, and 99% of those were server complaints.
Yeah, that was the only problem, and it seems fixed for the most part now.
I have not had a single issue with dropping any games or anything. I've been playing it for like a week.
Yeah.
So
my game has crashed twice.
Has it?
And I'm not sure why. The one time was on the face-off, and it was funny. Everybody, or the 2 and 2, the two front guys, both charged the ball, and it seemed like we all hit it at the exact same time, and the ball just shot straight up in the air, and then my game crashed. So I don't know if it like bugged out because of some physics break or something.
So. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah,
but it's not. I haven't had any crashes.
Yeah, and then it crashed another time just randomly. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, when I went from windowed mode to full screen or vice versa, it crashed.
What?
But
why are you in windowed mode?
It's probably on because I was streaming it.
Oh, how dare you!
Yeah, so I'm streaming my video of my first hour playing Rocket League at twitch.tv/thumbstickathletes, and we're about half an hour into that video, and I still haven't boosted yet.
I can't believe that. When I don't have any boost, I feel naked. I try to keep boost the entire game.
There's a way you can move almost as fast as a boost if you do the double A jump and roll forward.
I can't do it.
It gives you
Really?
almost as much as a boost.
Yeah.
But you kind of lose control of your car. But if you're out of boost and you're chasing someone who's about to score a goal, it's a way to like kind of catch up.
Okay, that's crazy.
So, yeah.
I just have two more things I want to bring up, and Jake just brought up one of them in the chat. He said he thinks power-ups would ruin it, and I totally agree, but they did say that they're probably going to have some sort of mode that you can do as an aside, like just a fun little thing with crazy kind of power-ups.
Yeah, like a unlimited mode or something like that.
Yeah. Which I think
as long
is
as they
fine.
have the other modes, then I'm fine with it.
Right. As long as like ranked and like standard exhibition stays what it is, then
Which is crazy to change.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, seeing a lot of complaints about goal stealing.
Yeah.
And my thing with that is I don't care if you steal my goal. I just want to guarantee that ball gets in the net.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just if somebody wants to be a glory hunter, by all means, take the goal. Unless I've really put something pretty out there and you fucked me up, then
Yeah.
I might be pissed. But if I'm just straight dribbling it in, go ahead and hit it. If you need it that bad to help you sleep at night, by all means have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as
it's
you score.
the goals will come and it's fine. Like I'd way rather guarantee that ball gets in the net than have somebody scoop it out last minute because everybody was afraid of stealing my goal, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even I had a goal stolen, and I didn't. I was the same as you. Like, I didn't care because I felt like someone was going to come out of nowhere
Sure.
and knock it
You
away at
always
the last
have that
minute.
feeling.
So if they want, like you said, if they want to spike it in, whatever.
The
Doesn't
other
bother me.
thing that I would say that people need to do is be patient. Like, your shot that you have is maybe not always the best one.
No.
So try to be aware of where your teammates are around you and think about the angle that they're coming in and do they have a good running start? You know what I mean? Are they in a good spot where they're going to get a better ball on the goal than you're going to, and you can still be there for a rebound?
Yeah.
Like, you need to think about that stuff, because if you go in and just go barreling in, you might fuck up a really good chance that they had to your kind of shitty chance.
Mm-hmm.
People need to be pretty aware of that to have a good solid team. So
Would you
Just-
guys be interested in a mini map to see where your team is?
yeah, I would definitely. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And, like
Yeah.
the direction they're facing, maybe?
It would be super helpful, especially because I don't use ball cam. Because I do use that right stick a lot to look around and see where the ball is. Because I do, like I said, I do play it pretty defensively, so I go back a lot, and I don't always know where the ball is. So I do have to move around, and just to have that mini map would be nice.
Yeah, to tell you where it's going to be.
Mhm.
That would even help with lining up where the ball's going to land when it pops up into the air, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Mike said the only time it bugs him is when it's a guaranteed goal and some numbnuts tries to steal it and fucks it up.
I haven't seen that happen.
Oh, you
I've,
have?
I've done
No.
it.
I've been that numbnut
Yeah.
a couple times.
You try to
Definitely.
slam it in and you bank it off the post and out.
It usually happens if you're coming from the side and you try to tap it in, and instead you fucking just blow it past the goal, and
I
you
can see
just
that.
are like, "Oh, son of a bitch!"
And then there's or when you like own goal. Anytime there's a replay and you're the guilty party, it's just
Oh,
like
yeah. Like when you should have a good defensive clearance and you just go fucking whizzing by it, and then the other team just puts
Taps
just
it
a
in.
clean shot on net.
That's my experience with Rocket League mostly. Is that exact scenario right there.
That can be, and I like Corey said, an own goal. I mean, forget it. Like, you have to learn. And at first, what I would do, any chance I had to hit the ball, no matter what, I was hitting it.
Yeah.
But if you're screaming at your own goal and the ball's going in, don't fucking hit it,
Yeah.
because you're just gonna help it go in.
Yeah. Just hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes, settle it down. Maybe one of your teammates will come out of nowhere and hit it,
Yeah.
but don't push it in.
Yeah. That's me.
It's part of learning.
I'm hot garbage. Like I said, it's a lot of fun though, even though I am terrible.
Yeah. Fucking fantastic game.
Yeah.
We should
Really-
also add that it's a sequel.
It is a sequel, yeah. I
Yeah.
never played the first one, and I didn't know about the first one until this game came out.
I don't think very many people did.
The first one's got a crazy. The first one came out in 2008. It's called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars.
I mean, the name doesn't do it any justice.
No,
You know,
no.
I think Rocket League is a better name. You know.
I think they just nailed it.
Yeah.
They just fucking nailed it.
Does it have a nice initialism?
SARPBC.
Nope.
So you had a good start with SAR, and then at PBC. Really.
SAR peanut butter chocolate
Yeah.
or SARP butt cheeks.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No, I mean,
Recommended.
oh, for
highly
God's sake,
recommended.
yes. And like I said last week, if anybody's playing, like, this is probably what I'm going to be playing for a while. So if you're ever online and you see me on, please send me an invitation, because I'd love to play.
I think if you don't like Rocket League, you don't like fun. I think
Exactly.
It's pretty much
it's
that.
just a fun game. Like,
Yeah.
even somebody who I wouldn't expect to like this game that I talked to at work, he goes to me, that game is fucking awesome, and it's possibly my game of the year. And I didn't even expect him to like it.
Yeah,
So it's just fantastic.
it's very good. Okay, should we take a quick break?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back with Nibble Bits and our weeks in just a minute. All right.
Some good Rocket League chatter there, boys.
Rocket League.
It's always best when we've all played a game a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. It rarely happens.
Well, you gonna hook a brother up with that last piece?
Yeah.
You mind?
Ugh, I'm
Sure.
sick full.
All right.
I had 7 pieces.
Jesus. Impressive work.
Well, I didn't finish the 7th.
Oh, you sure do. Look at you.
Buffalo.
See if I can.
It's making me sick.
This?
That pizza always makes me sick,
Yeah.
but it's so disgustingly good.
Yeah. $5.
It's disgusting and good, I guess.
Dan.
Yeah.
I can feed myself. I could feed my kids.
Finish that off with the crust.
I could feed kids with this if I was poor.
That pizza's gonna start costing a lot more, Will.
You're right.
Just like Netflix, huh, Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, I forgot we talked about that at the end of last week.
Fuckers.
Clickbait article. Yeah, nothing came of that, right?
Did you listen to that?
What
Yeah.
do you mean nothing came of that?
Huh?
What do you mean nothing came of that?
Netflix didn't
No,
come out
last
and
week.
announce that they raised their prices, did they?
The news last week that you guys said wasn't news was that the CEO came out and said, "Prepare for it. We're going to be raising prices soon."
No, they said they would be pushing people into more expensive plans, which is obvious because the 4K.
No, the
the
quote was
4K
almost exactly, "We're going to be raising prices soon."
No, it wasn't. Don't give me that baloney.
Don't sass me. This is what you missed last week, Will.
It was literally this exact conversation.
It was you sitting there.
Oh, no. I'm totally on Dan's side.
Yeah, me and Eric said that was a clickbait article because it was on The Guardian, wasn't it?
But Dan and Corey argue
No.
so infrequently that I just love it when it happens. So I have to feed.
It wasn't The Guardian. It was like,
No, it was The Guardian.
BuzzFeed.
why is The Guardian clickbait? They're the ones that did the Snowden stuff.
Everyone does clickbait articles.
It was
everyone.
BuzzFeed, Corey. Just
Well, then
admit
why
it.
would you say, "Oh, it was clickbait" because it was on The Guardian?
I just said it was The Guardian. I wasn't equating those two together. I just said it was on The Guardian. I'm not saying that everything The Guardian does is clickbait. Everyone does clickbait to some extent.
I'm about to do some clickbait on Thumbstick
We
Athletes,
should do
just
some
so you guys
clickbait.
know.
We should do some clickbait.
I'm going to start a BuzzFeed channel. A BuzzFeed-like channel on Thumbstick Athletes.
It's fine.
I like it.
You wouldn't believe the things Mario did to Princess Peach. Number 5 will blow your mind.
There's so much of that on our Twitter feed.
Blow your mind and your dick.
Oh,
Yeah, our Twitter feed is basically porn.
Yeah,
15 video game scandals.
because we follow back pretty much everyone who follows us. So some nutty things on there. Let me tell you. I get take it. Corey went to go get a drink, huh?
He's just so mad at you, he couldn't even say it.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
That warms the cockle. You know?
That sauce is really good.
Oh, yeah. I went to McGurk's last night for dinner. You ever been there?
No.
It's a Irish pub
Yeah.
restaurant in
That's on Main
Shenango
Street.
Bridge.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. But I had buffalo chicken salad with a dressing very much like that.
Nice.
It's a buffalo blue cheese dressing.
Oh,
that sounds
baby,
delicious.
That sounds
It
really
was
good.
really good. You'll never guess who was right about the Ouya. Fucking Sparky.
Good point, Mike.
I'll never forget when you two were so excited when that broke.
I
and
still
Corey-
like the idea of an Android
operating system.
set top box. There's just better ones now. The Nvidia made one called the Shield something or other.
Mhm.
That's supposed to be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Corey's pulling up the quote, Dan.
It's fine.
Yeah, shitty.
I want to hear what the exact quote was because I got the impression that it was they were going to try to push people into more expensive plans, not that they were going to raise prices for their base plan.
That is what it said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I said, yeah, the 4K plan is more expensive. They're going to want people to have the 4K plan.
Blame the government, it says.
I can't find either quote right now.
Dan, think about Donald Trump.
I don't know. Attention whore.
Yeah.
I don't like any of I have paid very little attention to all of it.
Me too, but every time I see somebody say something about it or say something to me, I just want to be like, fuck off.
I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
No.
Attention whore is exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants that position shouldn't have it.
That's what Dan Carlin
always says.
Yep. You should automatically be disqualified.
Yep.
It's the same thing with Adam Carolla says with like scout leaders and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to spend
Nobody should want that.
anybody who wants to spend a weekend with kids should not be allowed to spend a weekend with kids.
Yep.
I like it right where I am, Uncle.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Jake says Corey and Dan should settle this argument over a game of Rocket League.
He'd kill me. Well, yeah, you'd kill me.
Not the way I was playing today. I think everybody got better though since when I last played on Saturday. Everybody was doing like aerial stuff.
Right.
Oh, really?
I was the only asshole on the ground.
Maybe the PS4 community is a little behind because I haven't really experienced too much of that.
Well, they're the same community.
Oh, that's true.
They
Cross-platform.
blend them. What level are you guys?
19?
11?
Will?
I have no idea.
What are you?
I just hit 16 today.
Oh, nice. I'm assuming that I get pro rank at 20, right?
I hope so. That's when I'm stopping.
I just
Damn
hit,
close.
I just hit semi-pro.
Veteran. There's a veteran rank too.
Huh.
That's
Do we
after
know
pro?
Yeah.
Do we know how many levels there are? 50?
No
40?
idea.
I don't know.
No clue. Mike's level 12. Tito's got to be pretty high.
12 sounds like what I'm at, too.
I'm only that high because I did the full 18-game season and stuff. I
Yeah.
didn't play that many matches online. Or not a ton.
Did you see that some people to get the one trophy on PS4 are like rubber banding their thumbsticks
I know somebody who's doing that.
Oh, really? Oh, to do the...
because you have to drive so far?
Yeah, that's stupid.
I think so too. Fucking earn it.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
One of my friends who likes to trophy hunt.
Yeah, but just
I don't
do
like
it.
that.
I don't like it either.
I wouldn't.
Cheating.
It doesn't matter because.
Doesn't matter. You didn't earn
Well,
it.
if you're going into like...
You know how many games you have to play to get that?
Well, I know, but I wouldn't
Play it.
care if you're playing... If they're playing offline, that's fine. But if you're going to be on someone's team, screw
Well, they're
that.
not going online.
Oh.
No.
I still don't like it.
I don't either, but
I don't-
at least
I don't
they're not
think-
screwing the...
Respect the game.
I don't think anybody in their right mind would go online to do that.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yes,
sure
they
there's
would.
plenty of people that it would. Well, we're talking
To-
about the internet
To
here.
rubber band their controller to go around in circles
Yep.
to
Yep.
get that achievement. I would
You've-
not believe that.
You've met plenty of douchebags, have you not?
Yeah, but
And we're talking the internet here.
trophy hunters would not do that.
I
You should see
disagree
the people
completely.
in Splatoon that just they'll get on and not play
There's not even achievements in Splatoon. Like, why would anybody?
to raise your level. If you're on the win, end up being on the winning team,
You get a
still,
bonus.
you get a bonus, but you still get points.
How often do you win when you're not playing, though?
I've had a couple matches where we won a man down.
That doesn't make sense, though.
No, you should be able to punish
People
that
don't
person.
make sense. That's what we're saying.
You should be able to punish that person. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but I doubt that happens often.
No,
Yeah,
you're
but it
right.
happens.
Yeah, but
You're right.
you can always say there's an exception.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course you can.
I'm just saying that's not something.
It's not
that
the
happens
norm.
A lot.
Nobody's arguing that.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Come at me,
Shut
bro.
up. Just shut up about it.
You shut up. I didn't even ask your opinion.
Corey, you ready?
God, Corey.
Just a minute.
what are you
He's playing Hearthstone.
No,
Is
I'm
he?
not.
flicking his bean over there?
No, I got a couple updates for you guys. The quote was,
Okay.
Here we go.
"We want to take it.
Want to hear it.
We want to take it very slow. Over the next decade, I think we'll be able to add more content and have more value, and then price that appropriately."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's not what you said. Don't you
Dan
sass
said
me.
it sounds like it could be at least 3 years, is what Dan said.
I didn't argue that. I argued
thought
that
it could
they
be
were going to
dec-
push people into more expensive plans. That's what Dan said it was, and that's not what he's saying.
It sounds like neither of you were right.
I agree with Will.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't
It's-
know.
it's
When
still-
Dan made his argument last week, it was more. It sounds like something that's farther off than what he's saying tonight.
We're not talking about last week. We're talking
Oh,
about
all
what
right.
was
Which
said
is talking about right
tonight.
now.
Which is why I said it's a clickbait article. The title was misleading.
What have you done for me lately? All right.
I wish I got to witness this argument.
It was fun. It wasn't really an argument.
You just witnessed.
It was a real big argument.
It was just it was
better.
just a little longer.
I lost sleep.
I almost put my fist through one of my laptops, one of my shitty laptops.
Never seen Dan that angry.
I
The
would've
other, go ahead,
So
Will.
I would have taken your side, Corey, just to even the argument.
You would have too.
Okay, nibble bits.
I don't even care
Here we go.
because I don't have Netflix. I use Corey's.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 209 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our Nibble Bits segment. Corey, what do you got for Nibble Bits?
Oh, boy. You guys want to talk about The Witcher 3?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
So, The Witcher 3's newest patch, patch 1.07, is apparently causing some performance issues in the console version of the game. Digital Foundry, their tech-savvy publication on the internet, they did an analysis of the game, and apparently some areas have taken a big frame rate hit, particularly the Crookback Bog, which I don't think I've been to. Dan,
No, that's for the... Yeah, of course I've been there.
Oh, you haven't been there, Corey?
where
I
is
have
it?
not played very much of the game.
Corey,
Oh my
even
God.
Maybe I
that-
have. I don't know. Where is it? I don't remember.
That's
The
for
witches.
The three
Oh, I've been there.
Sisters of the Wood or whatever.
I really like them, by the way.
Saying that now.
Yeah, they were great.
You know, I've been there.
Okay, go ahead,
What's her name? Cersei was there.
Cersei.
Up to 8 frames per second drop, which doesn't sound like much, but when the game's only running at about 20 to 25 frames per second, an additional 8 frames per second is a pretty big hit. But that's whatever. None of you guys have played on console since this patch hit, right?
No,
No.
I actually I wanted to test some of the new updates, but I just never got the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. So they added a bunch of other stuff too, namely a new movement system, which you have to go in and activate if you want. But I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about that. Some people say it makes a huge difference. Some people say it makes no difference. So I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah.
They did some collision fixes, which I think will be nice because I had some issues with that. Fixes to a number of exploits. They listed them in the patch notes. None of them really jumped out to me as something I experienced, so I couldn't really speak to any of those. They also made target locking more responsive. But the biggest thing, I think, are the inventory changes. They added a new tab for books and letters, which helps to declutter your usable items tab.
Thank God.
Right, yeah. Amen to that.
That was long overdue.
Some sorting options, which is another thing that is crucial, I think. And they added all the crafting materials are now weightless. So even though it was pretty much negligible, I guess if you had a ton of crafting materials, really?
The later you get in the game, it becomes not negligible.
Okay.
Because everything, like all the different crafting items you have, like it might be like 0.8 of a pound, but you have like 100 of them, so it takes up,
A lot.
a lot. Yeah, 80 pounds or whatever.
Okay. And apparently shops now show which items they have that you need to complete a recipe.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
I love
too.
that
That's
too. It's
So
just,
now you don't have to go back and forth to your fucking recipe list and then their inventory.
That
is,
is-
ugh.
That was a pain.
it just takes exactly. It takes the pain out of the game, That annoying bull crap.
Micromanaging.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
that
much.
stuff should have been in the game to start, though.
I agree.
And that was I know you guys disagree with me. My criticism that I think Dragon Age Inquisition is a better overall open world RPG than The Witcher, just because it had all that stuff already like in the game. That
Yeah.
it was light years ahead of The Witcher in that regard. But yeah, I gotta get back into it. Apparently, my GOG Galaxy already downloaded that patch a couple weeks ago when it came out for PC. I don't know if it was that long ago, but
Yeah. Maybe it was like 2 weeks.
yeah,
Okay.
it's that. What do you guys say to the console people? Suck it up, or Should CD
I mean,
Projekt Red come back in and
I'm sure they'll fix it. It sucks, but
it does suck. I'd be so frustrated.
yeah,
I should try it just to see.
test it out.
I think it's been more on Xbox, from what I've read.
See
Yeah,
that.
you're right. The issue has been more. I think you're right. It was more pronounced in one than the other, and I think you're right that it was Xbox.
Yeah.
It's less less
That
powerful.
sucks. That does suck, though.
It does suck.
Good
I'll move
changes,
along.
for the
Yeah,
most part.
definitely. And like I said last week, maybe by the end of the year, that game will be awesome.
It'll be out of alpha.
Yeah. Into
And
beta.
I wrongfully grouped it with the Master Chief Collection, which I apologize for.
I was flabbergasted when you grouped them together. I actually yelled at my phone.
I
when
missed
was
I missed
listening.
the mark on that one.
I was cooking breakfast and I screamed, "What?"
I want breakfast so bad.
Speaking of breakfast,
I was thinking about the Broadway diner.
actually, my fiance asked me today. She's like, we were going through some catering menus today. Just I don't know why. And she's like, "Are you guys gonna need food for the day that you're getting ready, like before our wedding?" And I was like, "No, we're going to the Broadway diner. Are
Yeah.
you crazy?"
That's just what we do.
She goes, "Yeah, but what about lunch?" I was like, "Well, let's go get pizza somewhere."
Yeah. Yeah, we're not picky.
No,
Yeah, easy.
plenty of good pizza. Anyway, Corey,
Little C's.
Probably a little higher
it'll be
quality.
a little higher class than Little Caesars that day. Maybe a little Papa John's.
Ooh.
No, local pizza.
Yeah.
Anyway, go
Well,
ahead.
it's funny. I'm coming into town, your guys' neck of the woods on Sunday to visit the grandparents, and my girlfriend's like, "Can we leave at like 10 on Sunday morning?" And I was like, "Well, if it was up to me, we'd leave at like 7 and go to the Broadway diner and then go in." But that's not happening.
I can tell you that after I move, my first stop when I come back will be the Broadway diner.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Gotta
Broadway
hate,
best.
gotta hate your spots, man. ESPN Sports Center finally featured a clip from Evo 2015 for the first time. I think it's the first time, as far as I know, and it was that Guilty Gear match.
Oh
The
yeah.
Japanese match. Woshiji, I don't know the guy's name. Celebrated a little too early, and it was actually the semifinals match. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but
No, I haven't.
he lost the first. It's best of 3, like in almost any fighting game. He lost the first one, won the second one, and leapt out of his chair and started celebrating without realizing there was another match. And by the time he sat back down, the other guy had beaten him. So
So
He had it coming.
he's a cheap way to win.
I don't know. I think I would have taken advantage.
Oh well, so would I, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
apparently,
you go to bed that night and you're like, ah, shit, I'm such a dick.
well, he was supposed to win, I guess, and I think
Oh,
he did
okay.
end up going on to win. So the right guy won, but the underdog, as the guys in Sports Center equated it to, dropped the football a little too early to celebrate.
I hate ESPN, by the way.
Oh yeah,
tossing
ESPN's the
it up.
worst,
Yep.
absolute worst.
They're the TMZ of the sports world.
Ugh,
No.
it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
brutal. That's we don't even need to get into that.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of sports, a federal judge approved the $60 million settlement for lawsuits against the NCAA, CLC, and EA by former college football players. They were suing for EA using the players' names and likeness. I don't remember them ever putting the names in the game. Did they do that?
No, what they do is they do a roster thing. Some guy goes through all like the teams and gets all the actual names and whatever, and then he uploads that roster.
Oh, so maybe that's what happened with the lawsuits there. But regardless, they did use the player's likeness, correct?
Yeah.
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 Likeness, numbers, and stats.
Yeah. Apparently, this affects hundreds of former athletes. So if you played college from like 2000, college football from like 2003 on, and you were in one of those games, and you signed up for the class action lawsuit, you're going to be getting a fat check. Did you guys?
Nice.
None of you guys played college football, then, did you?
I have, yeah. I've played all of them until they stopped making them, actually.
No,
Yeah,
I actually played college football.
Oh.
Oh
I think
yeah,
That's what he was asking.
Yeah.
Back in my playing days.
Will and I both did.
Yeah, Michigan.
I played for Northwestern.
The BCC Hornets.
Yeah.
They have a football team.
Could throw that football over a mountain.
They have
Do
a
they?
football team?
Yeah, they practice right out in the little field out there.
That's a new development, isn't it?
That's not
no,
the real.
no, that's
it's just
hacky
a bu-
sack, Will.
No,
That's
it's just a
not
bunch. It's a bunch of goobers who stand out in like the little field in between buildings and throw the football around and play catch.
They put their high school shoulder pads on.
Oh, God.
No, they don't. Thank God.
They just talk about the glory days while they throw the skin around.
I know a few of them, and none of them have ever been on a football field. But they really ham it up like they were.
Telling stories like they were going D1 till they busted their knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and get a picture.
Oh, please do.
At the site.
We'll post it on our
Yeah.
Thumbstick Athletes BuzzFeed channel.
There you go.
Clickbait. You won't believe what happened to Will today at college.
I love it. I would click that article. Are you kidding me?
Thanks, Corey.
Blizzard. This is breaking news right before we start recording. Blizzard officially announced their new Hearthstone expansion called the Grand Tournament. 130 new cards, a new board, out next month. And just like the other expansions, you can spend real money to buy it or coins. I think I'm just going to spend real money this time. I did the coins for the last expansion, and it was just a lot of coins. And I didn't get to buy any packs or do any arena runs. And I don't know. I think I'll just pay the $20 or whatever.
I have to buy the other expansions.
One of the they teased some of the new cards, and one of the new abilities on the cards is something called Inspire. And if the card has Inspire on it, it's something that activates when you use your hero power. The one I saw it was like a 1-cost creature or 1-cost minion, and it had Inspire. And if you used your hero power, it increased its attack by 1. And obviously, every time you did that, it would do it again.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Anytime there's an injection of cards, opens things up quite a bit. It's going to get to a point where people aren't going to be able to keep track of everything, and we're going to start seeing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Now, is this gonna be like another like you can buy card packs like the what's it called, Grandmaster?
Tournament.
Yes.
The Grand Tournament?
The Grand Tournament, yes.
Is there gonna be like a Grand Tournament card pack like the Goblins and Gnomes in the original?
I assume so, yeah, because it's not an adventure like the Nax or the Black Rock Mountain.
Okay.
It
I was
is,
just wondering the other day when they're gonna add new card packs.
Which makes me wonder, are the arena rewards just going to be the Grand Tournament like they are Goblins vs. Gnomes? I don't know. I kind of hope... I wish you could choose which card pack
That would be
they
ideal.
gave you. Yeah, that would be ideal. Because still, like, I did a couple arena runs this past week. I'll talk about it in what I played, but I did a couple arena runs this past week, and they only give Goblins vs. Gnomes packs, and I have so many of those cards, and, like, 4 of them I just turned into dust pretty much every time.
Yep.
It's kind of frustrating, but whatever. And that's all I got from my nibbler bits.
Gotcha. Will.
My
My
fir-
for nibble bits.
My first one is that if you owned Dishonored digitally for the PlayStation 3, Sony is doing something where the remaster for PS4 is going to be $20 cheaper. So it's originally 40, but now it'll be 20. Which is cool if you have
awesome.
it. I think that's such a small group of people, though.
Yeah, probably.
Because a lot of people comments in the article like, this is stupid. Why is it digital only? Which kind of bothers me because they're doing something kind of nice and people are just getting all upset
Well,
about
that's
it.
Yeah.
video gamers.
Yeah.
It's people in general.
Yeah, like
People bitch.
sorry, like they could not do this at all.
Sorry you didn't buy it digitally. Just don't buy it then.
Hey, don't complain.
Sorry, dude.
You're just spending the extra 20 beans.
Yeah.
If you like the game.
Video gamers. And my other one is big news. King Leoric has been put into Heroes of the Storm, and I played him to level 5, so I'll be talking about him a little bit later. But Heroes of the Storm is getting a nice little character roster now, I think.
Yeah.
Eric, have you played since Leoric's been in?
No, I played that day, but the bastards didn't put them out until late.
Okay.
God, what are they thinking?
I don't know, Corey. They really missed an opportunity because I'd have dropped the $13 of that second, and now I have my $13 till Friday.
Exactly.
What's the deal, Will? He can't die?
Do you want me to talk about him now?
Not if you're going to talk about it later.
Let's talk about HOTS later.
Later?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want Jake to leave the chat yet.
Yeah. We'll keep Jake around for another little bit anyway. Not Jake. Okay.
That's it.
Eric, what do you got?
I only have one, Dan. I noticed there's a nice new Xbox One bundle coming out. I thought this was a pretty nice deal. August 18th, this is going to launch a week before Madden comes out. So what you're going to get for $400 is a 1 terabyte Xbox One, which is a pretty decent amount of storage, double the original, digital copy of Madden NFL 16, and a year-long subscription to EA Access,
Nice.
which has some good games on it.
That's a really good deal.
It is, and with that year subscription, you can try all EA games before they come out, 10 days before they come out, I think it is, or maybe it's a week, whatever it is.
Yeah.
For a short time, without purchasing or pre-ordering it, you can just try all of them. So, I mean, Titanfall's in there, Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare's in there,
Dragon Age.
Battlefield 4's in there. So there's some good stuff. That's a pretty nice deal,
That's a great deal.
I think. So if you've been on the fence at all about getting into the next or current gen, I think that's a nice time to jump in, especially with the lineup that Xbox has coming out later this year.
Yeah.
Some really good stuff. So thought I would bring that one up.
Nice. Okay. My nibble bits. First, Knights of the Old Republic 2 got an update this past week for the first time in a long time. They will be adding Steam Workshop support. They're apparently adding the Sith Lords Restored content mod, which is updates and whatnot for that game. Achievements can now be earned through gameplay, controller support, native widescreen resolution support for up to 5K monitors, and Steam cloud saves, along with Mac, Linux, and Steam OS compatibility. To celebrate the update, it'll be available for $7.50 on Steam. So,
Ooh, good deal.
yeah,
Which one did I play for in February? The first one?
it was the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you play the second one?
I don't remember.
I
think I did.
mostly like the second one better than the first one.
Oh, I really like the first one.
No, it was really good. I am in total agreement with you.
Maybe once some nifty mods come out for this one, I'll jump into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's already the Sith Lords Restored content mod,
Yeah.
which I read up on what that was like a while ago, but when I was going to boot it up, but I didn't. Anyway, Gears of War Ultimate Edition PC version will be available after the August 25th Xbox One release. While a release date hasn't been announced yet, it was confirmed that the PC version will have support for 4K resolutions, DirectX 12, and unlocked frame rates. No other details have been confirmed as of yet. So, looking forward to release date for that one. That's one I'm going to buy.
You gonna get it?
Oh yeah, I loved.
Oh, that's right. You were really into Gears.
Yeah. And then my last nibble bit, the Humble Jumbo Bundle 4, which I actually bought.
Ooh, what's in that sucker?
Comes with Outland, Fallen Enchantress, Legendary Heroes, Mercenary Kings. For pay anything, pay more than the average, which as of right now is $4.87. You also get Endless Space, The Stanley Parable, Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 2, or if you pay more than $18, you also get Space Engineers Early Access. So
That's
a lot of games that I wanted to have on there that were already on my wish list. So
tempting,
I was like,
but
I'm gonna
not
buy it.
tempting enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I spent $5 and got all those games other than Space Engineers. So
See, that's the one
And
I
then
would
more.
want.
yeah. See, I wanted Endless Space.
I think I
had that
have
on my wish
Endless
list.
Space on my wish list. What's that about?
It's a 4X,
4X.
space strategy game like Master of Orion.
Okay.
Stanley Parable, man. I really wanted to play Outland.
Stanley Parable's great, Dan.
I know.
Hey, you can get a beaten game out of it in like 6 minutes.
Well, that's my plan, is to spend an hour on it and beat it and add it to my list.
An hour?
Like,
I mean, I'm going to take my time with it.
You're gonna 100% it in an hour.
So taking your time is the 10-minute plan.
Oh, gotcha.
I beat it a couple times,
100%,
Corey,
100% the Stanley Parable.
before I accepted a beaten game.
Will actually did the 2 playthrough, and he got to 20 minutes. So
I have an hour. I have more time on that than Gone Home.
Maybe that's what I'll do for our Extra Life 24-hour stream. I'll just play the Stanley Parable the whole time.
Or beat as many like really short games as you can.
when is that, by the way?
It's
October?
October.
It's October.
It's coming up.
It is coming up.
I gotta get that time off.
Yeah, we got to start making plans for that.
Yeah,
I'd like to
buddy.
do the 4 back-to-back days again.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
worked out nicely.
I can't tell you how thankful I was for Sunset Overdrive coming out. That
Oh
day.
yeah,
That worked out so
that
well.
ate up a huge chunk of your time. Yeah, I mostly played Civ Beyond Earth because that had just come out. But anyway, Corey, how was your? Well, no, I'll start with Will. Will, how was your weeks?
Weeks? Oh,
Yeah.
it's been 2 weeks since I've been on.
Yeah,
So I was in Florida for how long ago was that? 2 weeks ago?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I was visiting my friend down there, and Florida's great. First thing I noticed when I was down there is just how much nicer everything was. Like the roads, like I know they don't get winter, so the roads don't get wear and tear as much as they do up here. But like everything was so smooth and nice. But like the issue is it was so hot.
Yeah,
Like because the first day that we got off the plane, and literally when we walked outside to get into the car, it was just like the humidity hit us, and it just felt like we were swimming through the air. That's how like heavy it was. And then we had Warped Tour the next day. So we weren't used to the heat or anything or the sun, and we just went into a 11-hour concert.
ugh.
I got so sunburnt that I couldn't lay down without being in pain. The top of my head got sunburnt really bad.
Through your hair?
Yeah, through my hair. I couldn't wash my
God.
hair because it was so painful.
Ugh.
Purple.
Yeah,
Did you put sunscreen on?
a lot. That's how bad it was.
What kind of SPF we talking?
60?
That should do the trick.
Should do the trick.
And I put it on multiple times, like every 2 hours maybe. I sprayed myself.
Oh, it was a spray shit.
Yeah, is that
You gotta get the lotion.
That was the
I
problem.
don't trust the spray.
okay? That might have been it then.
Because I mean, you know how when people use like spray tan, it's all blotchy and spotty.
Yeah.
You gotta think it's the same kind of thing.
On
Yeah,
your
you're,
skin.
you're right. And my face got so sunburnt, and I wanted to spray my face, but it would get in my eyes, and literally I would be standing in a crowd, and sweat would just be. I rubbed up against somebody, and our bodies just went like that.
Ew.
Barely even tell.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Did you say the sunscreen was getting in your eyes?
Yep.
That used to happen to me at Bills games when I would paint my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get sweaty,
and it would roll
and
in,
it'd run in my eyes, and I'd be like, "Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot."
and it would be really painful, right?
Oh, it's the worst.
Anything in your eye just is awful.
Yep.
And so, luckily, that a storm hit, and it got so bad that they canceled the rest of it at 5, because there was one point where I was laying on the ground because I felt so sick because I was dehydrated, even though I was drinking water the whole time, and I had a headache because it was just so hot, and I couldn't handle
Sounds
it.
miserable.
So we just went home and went swimming. And
I mean, I would have flaked out on the concert when I walked out and felt that heat. I'd be like, no way.
What was the temperature?
it was 100.
With-
Was it humid?
With
It was
90% humidity.
Extremely humid. Yeah.
All of Florida's like that
It was just I was laying on
that
the
time of the year.
I was laying on the ground, and I was like, I don't want to go back out.
Yeah.
But luckily, I got to go to Warped Tour in Buffalo last weekend, or
Yeah.
when was it? But I went, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was literally when we got there at
Snowing.
10:30. Some bands came out. They were in sweatshirts and bundled up because it was 50.
Well, we haven't had a very warm summer.
Yeah, and I was just I never used to appreciate it when I
Yeah.
was younger. I used to get really mad. I was like, 'cause I want to swim more, but I was like, I prefer this. This
Yeah.
is beautiful weather, and it only got to 75, so it wasn't that hot, and we
Yeah.
got to stay for the
Hottest
whole
day on
thing.
record up there in Buffalo.
Exactly, and it was just perfect weather. And like I said, I was used to Florida heat, so I wasn't.
There's always a cool breeze coming off the lake up there too.
And when the wind would blow, while we're in the middle of the crowd, and it'd be like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
So Warped Tour in Buffalo was amazing. Warped Tour in Orlando was rough.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite band?
That played?
Oh.
Boy, I don't know. During one band that was really good was Memphis Mayfire. The girl we with got punched in the face by some D-bag dude.
The girl you were with?
Yeah, one of, I don't know if you've met him, Johnny's cousin. He brought his girlfriend with us. She got hit in the face.
On purpose?
Some dude was just moshing.
Oh, all right. I thought some guy just came up and just outright punched her in the mouth.
No, I
Because
didn't.
I would have whooped that guy's ass in a heartbeat.
I didn't see it. They disappeared while we were jumping up and down and singing, and I looked for them at in between songs, and they weren't there. So I was like, "Oh, that's weird." But I saw them after, and she's like,
Did
"Yeah,
he see your muscles?
I'm not tough."
I just thought maybe you could have scared him off.
Will's got muscles.
We had
Will's-
one of my friends.
Not tough.
Will's
One of my
muscles
friend-
are for hugging.
Exactly. They're fake muscle.
Hug muscles.
Hug muscles. We had one of my friends who's a big bodybuilder there too. So Nobody really wanted to mess with us, but they were good. A couple other bands I really liked. It was a lot of fun. The only thing that sucks though is crowd surfers, because I'm jumping up and down to sing the words and stuff like that. I don't like moshing. I jump up and down like an idiot and sing the words back to the band. But when people are crowd surfing, you have to like have your back turned so you don't get kicked in the head and like get paralyzed from a fat person who's crowd surfing.
Hey, I'm right here.
There was this 200-pound dude who asked to be picked up, and I was like,
nothing.
You talking about some skinny motherfucker?
no, this
200 pounds. That guy's in shape.
Yeah.
this dude was huge.
You
What
should
does
have
he
said,
say about us when we're not around,
I
Dan?
don't know.
Do you guys crowd
want-
surf all the time?
Well, no, I guess I don't crowd surf,
If
but
given the opportunity, I probably would.
I sidestepped a dude because he was just this jack dude, and I was like, I don't want to throw you. So like I just walked away, and he kind of like,
it reminds me of a time, Will. I was at, I can't remember the band, but there used to be a local place around here that would have pretty good shows, and sometimes people would like ask me, because I'm a bigger guy, they
Yeah.
ask me to help them get up to crowd surf, and I
Yeah.
usually would.
What was the name of that place? In the basement on Washington Ave? Is that what
No,
you're talking about?
no, across from Toys R Us. Used to be Chuck E. Cheese a long ass time ago.
oh,
Touch of Texas.
Oh,
That place.
Magic City Music Hall.
Yes,
Yeah.
Magic City Music Hall.
Yeah.
But this one time, this girl tapped me on the shoulder to get her up to crowd surf, and I turn around and I'm thinking, I ain't lifting your ass up. Same kind of thing. Yeah. I tried, but it just wasn't happening.
it's hard. So like, concerts are a ton of fun, but if you have to like have your back turned to the band to make sure you can move people, because like during Memphis Mayfire, it was so crazy. Like I didn't get to watch the band,
Yeah.
so like that kind of defeated the purpose.
You got to just let it go. Take your lumps.
I didn't want to get hit in the back of the head and like have some fat dude or chick land on my neck.
I took a good one when I went to see Hatebreed at Hellfest in Syracuse. I took one right square in the face.
Mhm. Oof.
Somebody did a front flip off the stage, kicked me in the face. And I had my long hair back then.
Yeah.
It was like down to the middle of my back. And people would like pull my hair to get up to go crowd surfing. And I'm like, Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Yeah. But Mike in the chat, you could just wear a helmet.
At Warped Tour, like
I'll
that
pay
would
you to do that, Will.
that Warped Tour, that wouldn't be weird. There was a
No.
dude dressed as a cow.
Yeah, because there's skateboarders and stuff there.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange birds
It
out
wouldn't
there.
be weird as long as you still had your beanie cap over it.
If I had a nickel for the amount of people, even in Orlando, who had skinny jeans and beanie caps on, I'm like, it's 100 degrees. What are you doing?
Well, you got to maintain your fashion.
Yeah, you gotta let them know you're part of the scene.
Hipsters, man, they're special. And like the only thing that kind of sucked though about like I got sick. I got sick in Orlando from like being in Florida in a new place and being on an airplane. So when I went to Buffalo, I was like still kind of sick. So that like amplified my sickness, which is my next part of my week. Is I got really sick to the point where I was convinced I had strep throat because I woke up one morning and my throat hurt so bad, my tonsils hurt, and my neck was swollen to the point where I couldn't move it down all the way because like my neck was just bulging forward.
Steroids.
And I was like, this is awful. I couldn't really speak well. My body felt like I got hit by a truck. And I was just laying in bed like, I don't want to do anything today. I ended up working through it because I'm a champion, but but I was not in good conditions, and I was sick for probably the rest of the week, which is why I missed. And I asked Dan, I was like, Dan, I'm getting better, but like I don't know if you want me to come because I know you have kids and whatnot. So that's why I missed last week.
You called in sick.
Yeah,
Vacation day.
yeah. And then
Took a vacay.
I
Vacay day.
felt bad because I wanted
That's
to be
fine.
on, but
No,
um,
you needed to get better.
yeah, and I feel a lot better now, which is good.
Yeah.
So, I'm 100%. But yeah, I was convinced I had strep throat for all of 2 days. I wasn't gonna go to the doctor.
No, screw that.
I'll crawl into the backyard and die before I go there. But that's about it for my eventful week. I mean, Florida, I played a ton of Rock Band. Literally,
Oh, nice.
Florida, I'm going to talk about it, but Florida was basically me not going anywhere besides Warped Tour and going out to get food. We just hung out, swam all day, played video games, which is what I wanted,
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
which is what all of us
I
wanted.
spoke to Johnny on Heroes of the Storm the other day.
Yeah?
He said it's weird being somewhere where there's things to do, but he still chooses to sit home and play video games.
Good
which
man.
is what I would do.
Good
yeah,
man.
that's That's pretty much the gist of it. I
Because
think,
it's there if you do want to do something on the rare occasion, but otherwise.
Was
just
there
play
any
video games.
bands there? Like, I know Weezer played Warped Tour one year.
Mhm.
Is there any older bands like that?
Matchbox Romance was an older band that was there.
I've never heard of them.
Wait, is
heard of
that
them either.
Matchbox? I don't know what
I
it is.
Matchbox
thought you were gonna
20?
say Matchbox 20. I was like, what? That's
At
weird.
Warped Tour?
There was a Matchbox, and I recognized it. The people who did Stacy's Mom played the year before.
Fountains of Wayne.
No. Was that
Stacy's
Wee-
mom? That's
Yeah,
Fountains
that's
of
not
Wayne.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
You want to bet?
I will bet you $1 million.
Got it. You're on. You're on.
Oh,
Broadway Breakfast.
Sure. I'm that confident.
Fuck you. I owe you breakfast.
Woohoo!
God damn it.
Eric, you should know me well enough to know that if I'm that positive about something,
Corey, as positive as you were, I was 10 times more positive that it wasn't Fountains of Wayne.
they played last year.
They played one year. I don't remember what year. Maybe it was last year. Because I heard them playing it when I walked by, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But I'm trying to think. I don't know. I like so zoned in on the bands that I really want to see that like I don't really look at the lineup. Riff Raff. Does anybody who know who Riff Raff is by any chance?
You're making
No.
me feel old.
He's a rapper. I don't know, Corey. You might know Dan Riker on the Giant Bombcast.
Mm-hmm.
When he worked at GameSpot, they had him on for like playing a video game or whatever. And they said he's like the most insane human being ever. And I watched his show, and it was highly entertaining. I watched it in Orlando, I should say.
H2O was there.
Really?
That's a blast from the past, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Simple Plan.
Okay.
Motion City soundtrack I like.
all right. That would have paid money for that.
Wonder Years, I believe, is a little bit older. I would have loved to have seen Weezer at a event like that. Actually, I'd love to see Weezer anywhere. But no, I just was wondering.
Yeah, the big thing about Buffalo was the two bands that I really wanted to see badly were the last two that played. So like it was perfect. The crowds were like massive because they were the last two bands playing. It was great. So
Nice.
yeah, I had a ton of fun in Buffalo. So
Well, it's the best city in the world.
has a lot of heart.
Yep, and you feel it as soon as you get there,
Exactly.
I need to move to Buffalo.
dude. Don't even tempt me.
Let's open our commune up in Buffalo, Eric.
I said don't tempt me, Corey.
The only problem with that is when you get 10 feet of snow.
That's fine. It's worth it.
Well, when you just snowshoe between trailers, you don't need
Oh, there
to
you go.
plow anything.
We'll just get a pack of Huskies to tow us around.
And a sled.
Mush, mush.
Mush over to Eric's.
I love it.
Okay.
That's my week.
All right. What do you got, Eric?
I got nothing, Dan.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Corey.
I don't have too much to talk about, but I wanted to pour one out for Scruffy the Duck. I don't know if I told you guys, but where I work, I'm a groundskeeper. In my retirement, I'm a groundskeeper. And we have courtyards where I work, and I have to maintain the courtyards. And in our courtyards are families of ducks. And I've been there since the beginning, since Mama Duck was sitting on her eggs earlier in the spring. And one of the courtyards just had one family, and the other courtyard had two families in it. And in the courtyard with two families, there was a runt of the litter, who I like to call Scruffy, because she had a little tuft of hair on her head that was always messed up. And she clearly wasn't right, and the other ducks would kind of push her away, and I felt real bad for her. So I would always say, hey, Scruffy, how you doing? And she just kind of disappeared for a few days, and I didn't know what happened to her, and I found her carcass under one of the shrubs. So I don't know how she died. We do have like hawks in the area. Maybe something like that got to her, or maybe she just succumbed to whatever illness. Because like I said, the other ducks were pushing her away.
Yeah, she might have been sick.
Yeah, and I didn't know how to honor her other than making her presence eternal in this podcast. So pour one out for Scruffy.
That breaks my heart.
It was sad. Because, like I said, I've been there since the beginning. And actually, the one family in the other courtyard that had just the one family, they just flew the coop. They finally left the courtyard. Their whole lives, that's all they've ever known is what's in that courtyard. And I fill little duck baths for them with water and put out some feed for them and stuff like that. And I saw them outside the building sitting under the tree, real confused. One of them got hit by a car already. So it's sad, because they don't know the real world until they fly the coop, and then it's like, what do we do now, But a few of them will make it. Probably more will make it because they were safe in the courtyard while they were young. There's not very many natural predators. All 10 of them survived until they left. But I feel like my kids are getting older and
Dying.
getting older and dying. But anyway, that's how little is going on in my life currently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Corey. I don't have much going on.
I did watch a shitty movie that I wanted to steer people away from, but I can't remember what it was called. It had Jared Leto in it. Was it Leto? Or is it Leto?
I think it's Leto.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but I think it was fairly new release where he's the last mortal human on Earth, and they do these weird science things to him. It's fucking stupid. I didn't even finish it. I hated it so much.
Okay.
Last Man Standing or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't watch it if you come across it.
Yeah. If you see that on your Netflix?
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
Okay.
I got it off that same list I've been watching movies off of, and it sounded really good. The description from that list made it sound like he was just literally the last person alive.
Right.
And he thinks about things in his life that he could have done differently. It's not quite like that. He does think about it's kind of about you ever think about how if you had chosen something else, you came to a fork in the road and you chose one thing, and what would have happened if you chose the other one?
Yep.
It shows those different paths in his life. But I hated just. I love the idea.
I was gonna say neat concept, but they had poor execution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Speaking of, I just wanted to mention briefly. Have you guys seen American Sniper?
Yes.
No.
I just saw it.
What did you think?
Got it. The old-fashioned rented a DVD. Wow. I really liked it.
It was great, wasn't it?
I loved it. And it made me respect Bradley Cooper a lot more.
He's a good actor.
He's pretty good, and he was a real good Chris Kyle.
I always thought he was kind of a goofball, based on the movies I've seen him in, but he's pretty good.
Spoilers here, if you haven't seen American Sniper.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, never mind. You're gonna watch it?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
You might already know this.
I know the story.
Okay. I didn't know that the guy died.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that happened. So at the end of the movie, when that happened, I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My fiance and I, neither of us knew. Oh, no. Maybe she read the book, but was it not in the book that he died? Did that happen after?
Yeah. Well, because he quote unquote wrote the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And I now sound like an idiot, but she didn't know either that he died. So we just looked at each other like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah, great movie.
Can you imagine though, I don't want to drag it out, but just how many confirmed kills did he have? 160 or something like that?
Even so, actually, it's funny you brought this up, Corey, because when I was at work today, my buddy Alex and I, sometimes military guys come into the store, and I saw a guy wearing his army uniform today. And he walked past me, and I go to Alex, when I see those guys come in here, I just think to myself, God, you're such a pussy, Eric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm worried about my next Hero League match with Vala. How many kills and deaths I'm going to get.
Yep.
That guy's worried about, actually, am I going to get a death?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts of American Sniper is the hard cuts between him in combat and then him back home in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it's I can't even imagine, having seen those things and, having killed how do you get to sleep at night? No wonder he was so messed up.
Yeah. I couldn't do it there.
And he even says in the movie, there's who cares about this? There's a war going on and nobody's even talking about that.
Yep.
And it's I don't know.
Fucked up, man.
It is. It's messed up.
Yeah.
Better man than I.
Yeah.
Yep. I could never do it either. For me, the only thing I've got going on this week, we got a new TV today.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
It's a great TV. It's got a bunch of dead pixels on it.
Oh,
So
no.
we have to send it back, yeah.
Where'd you get it, Woo?
Yeah, it was refurb.
Okay.
So we're gonna send it back. I actually think we're gonna get the brand new version of the TV that we got.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it all set up, hooked up everything, hung it on the wall, and when I was like playing with it, like setting it up, there's like a tennis ball sized spot with a bunch of dead pixels on the right hand side, and then there's like a little line over on the right hand side of the TV with dead pixels.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so me being me, I was like, I'm going to try to fix this on my own. I've heard of people trying to fix dead pixels on laptop monitors and computer monitors and whatnot. So there's a couple different things you can try. You can try like mushing it with your finger, like with a cloth, and they call it massaging the pixels like back to life, because I wasn't sure if they were dead or if they were just like stuck because they're.
And I'd love to walk into your house and see you massaging your television.
I was massaging the screen of the television, yes. But I also
You should stream that.
You should do a tutorial video, Dan.
There you go.
how to massage your pixel back to life. Well, I wasn't successful, so.
Oh, okay.
But then there's also videos you can play that change colors really rapidly to try to like bring the pixels back to life. So I hooked my my computer to the television and I played those videos, which are crazy trippy. If you ever want to trip balls, pull up one of those and watch one of those and do whatever drug of choice you have. It'll blow your mind. They actually all have seizure warnings too, because of the flashing colors and strobe light effects and stuff. But that didn't work either. So yeah,
you think there's just enough chumps on Woot that would just buy it and not?
Probably.
You said Woot, right?
Yeah, Woot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's refurbished, like
not return it. Is that what you were gonna say?
I'm sure that some people just don't want to go through the hassle because really, like, it's only noticeable, especially like on a black screen. Like when I played briefly Splatoon on it and some DVDs and stuff just to test it out. It's really not that noticeable until you start unless there's like a solid color like white, or when I booted up YouTube on it when it was the all red screen or all black or white. That was when it was most noticeable. But we just bought a new TV. We wanted to not have a bunch of dead pixels on it.
It's funny Corey asked you that question because my first thought was, well, I wouldn't have taken the time. I'm way too lazy to send it back.
I could probably live with that. Like I said, it's not noticeable when you're playing a game or watching a movie or something. But
yeah,
you know what would have happened with me is I would have ripped it out of the box, then thrown everything away, like all the packing materials.
I purposely didn't do that. Usually I do that, but when we got my wife's computer off of Woo, that didn't work either. So it's like, I'm going to just set all this stuff aside nicely because of what happened last time. I was able to fix her computer because it just needed a new hard drive, but I can't do that. I can't do that really with the TV. So we're going to send it back. Like I said, Amazon has the brand new TVs for not that much more. So I think we're just going to get a brand new version of that one.
There you go.
So
what is it again?
It's a TCL Roku TV.
How big?
48 inches, which is perfect for because we had a 40-inch television before. 48 inches, it's just right. It's not too big, not too small.
My friend wants to sell me his 48-inch TV, and I just can't talk the lady into it.
Oh, really?
I want to.
What's he selling it for?
Sabotage your TV.
$400.
That's pretty good.
He barely used it. It's not even plugged in. He bought it, and he used it once, I think he said.
Sabotage your TV.
I don't know, man. She might just be like, well, we'll just take the one out of our bedroom and use that downstairs. That's probably what she would say.
Oh, really?
I can hear it.
Yeah. Because you've had that TV for a long-ass time.
Fucking time.
Yeah. It doesn't owe you anything. Just smash it. Smash the bedroom one, too.
Smash them both. I don't know what happened, honey. I don't know. Somebody hated our TVs.
I think Izzy knocked them over.
Yeah, dog got a hold of them and...
So that's all I had going on this week. I ordered something. I ordered something for myself from Woo. They had the Guild Wars 2 themed headset on sale on Woo for $12, so I had to buy that for my computer.
I was pretty close to price matching the PS4 Gold wireless headset at Best Buy the other day because Walmart had it for $55.
Wow. That's great, because that's normally $100.
It's a $100 headset.
Yeah,
but I didn't. I'm hoping for like a Black Friday online sale.
Yeah, because especially like that that'll be good for play. You can use that to play on your computer too.
Yeah.
The audio quality is so much better.
And I like how they customize game audio for different games.
Yep.
For PS4.
And that's all I got. Should we get into what we played?
Sure.
All right. Will, why don't you get us started?
Me?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Who wants to hear about heroes?
I want to hear about King Leoric.
King Leoric? Well, so Corey, you asked the question earlier. What he doesn't die, right? Is that?
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is his passive. Once he dies, he becomes a ghost on the battlefield, and it's called haunting the battlefield, and you stay in ghost form, and you can cheat death where you do some attacks and it like takes like half a second off your death timer or whatever, and that can add up to like I think the best I've gotten was like 8 seconds maybe with a really long death timer. So like you're doing your basic attacks and they don't do damage, but if you hit stuff, like it puts into your cheating death counter and you come back early. And you spawn where your ghost is. So you don't have to go back to the Hearthstone area. You just spawn. So like if you die in a team fight, you can spawn back in and get back into it and potentially change the tide of battle.
Yeah. When I heard about King Leoric, I was fascinated. I really like those. That's really cool. Those abilities. His abilities.
Because I don't think there's ever been a hero like that in another MOBA.
Yeah.
I think
It doesn't seem it.
I think I read a Kotaku article that said like he's the most different hero for any MOBA. So that's cool, and I thought it was going to be overpowered, but it doesn't seem to be.
I've heard that he's fairly easy to kill when he comes back.
Yeah, this is the thing about Leoric. He's got a lot of hit points, but for whatever reason, and I don't know why, he drops he dies so fast. And I don't know what it is, because like if you're being focused when you're Johanna, you don't feel like you're going to die. But when you're Leoric, you drop like a sack of potatoes.
He has comparable hit points?
It's like maybe 100 off, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe 100, 200. And I don't know why when he gets focused more.
Is he an assassin?
He's a warrior.
Really?
Yeah. So he's a very good damage dealing tank. A la Tyrael, basically. Because his Q ability is him swinging his big mace thing.
Yeah.
And that's got a pretty wide range, and it does pretty decent damage. His W attack is where he does a life drain, and it goes to, if you connect, you hit a hero, and like it takes hit points from them, and you get healed up to like 200.
Is that the one that you use when you're in haunt?
Yeah, that's an ability you can use while you're in haunting.
Okay. That's the one I saw them using in the video.
Yeah, builds seem to be based around that W ability.
The life drain?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his E, I think it is him becoming a ghost, and it's his escape ability basically, and he turns into a ghost and he can go as far out, and if you hit it again you'll go there, or if you let the timer run out, he just spawns to wherever the ghost is. So that helps you with getting away.
Similar to Sylvanas.
Yeah. I think it's a little better because it's a lot faster.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sylvanas is slow.
I hate it.
Really slow. So it's hard to, you got to start it early.
Real fucking early. And by the time you do, you're probably already dead. In my case.
She pretty much doesn't have an escape, really. No. But Leoric's is a lot better. It's faster. His 2 ultimates are, one is called March of the Black King, and what he is he swings a sword, or
saw that one.
His mace, and then he swings it again, and he swings it again, and every hit, you get hit points back. It's really strong.
Nice.
And then his other one's Entomb, and he makes a cemetery thing, but blocks in.
I thought that was cool too.
That's awesome.
I've used that one too. It all depends on my team build. If I have a strong AoE team, I'll do Entomb, and then Jaina can drop her AoE in there and get a kill. The only problem with it is heroes like Sylvanas, Zeratul, and any hero that gets Blink can just get out of it.
Right.
Because they can just go
So it's pointless to use it on them.
Yeah, I try not to use it on heroes like this, especially Sylvanas. I did it on Sylvanas, and she just escaped it like that and got away.
Falstad.
Falstad's become my most hated hero.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh, haven't played against Nova lately, huh?
Nova's not bad. Zeratul's way worse now. Because Zeratul can blink.
The 2 of them I hate.
I never liked Falstad because I could just never catch him.
See,
he's just try to fight him and he's gone.
This is Falstad. You get away. But he just flies in because he's so much faster because he's on a stupid griffin, and he just kills you. And it's like the guy who's like, oh, I don't want to choose a really good assassin like Jaina or Zeratul or Vala. I'm going to choose the one that's middle of the pack because I'm a hipster and think I'm really good.
I think Falstad's underrated.
He is underrated. I just hate the people who play him because I can tell they're cocky.
It comes through their play style.
Exactly, and I just want to. Whenever I see a fall, I focused him the entire game. And I
It's
was
a good
like,
damage dealer.
hate him. He's so fast.
Yeah.
That's the issue because you can't run away. You can't outrace him because he
Yeah.
flies. For whatever reason, he's just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Leoric, King Leoric, yeah. But
Do you like him? Is it a good addition?
great addition. I think he's a great character.
I like
Okay.
the abilities. That's really neat.
Yeah, like he adds like another dimension to the
Brings
game.
something different.
Yeah, which is, I mean, Blizzard's been really good with that, I think, so far with all the heroes they've been adding.
Yeah.
The Butcher does some pretty cool things. You know, Johanna is like the beefiest tank they've put into the game, and like, I don't know, the monk that they're adding has 3 passives, and you get to pick which passive you want, which seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like they're trying new things, which is this is the MOBA to do it, and like everything they've been doing, I think has worked so far. And Leoric has been the community overall likes him. He doesn't seem overpowered because he can just get taken out like pretty easily.
Yeah.
And he's a cool character. I really like his lore, and the lore of him is cool in general. I find interesting.
I think, because some teams now like to use 2 tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he'd be a good secondary tank for a team that does that.
Exactly. Like him and Tyrael are really good off tanks because they deal
Yeah.
a lot of damage too, like an underrated amount of damage. So, like coming up with team builds now because the thing isn't 2 healers anymore. Like that, when you guys played
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah, it
like
was
2
two-
healers
yep.
was the thing.
It was unstoppable almost.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. It's because one Brightwing got nerfed into being terrible, which sucks because she was becoming one of my favorite characters. Like the best
I'm
hero.
glad I didn't buy her.
Yeah. A lot of people on like the hero subreddit are like Brightwing's terrible.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it sucks. But so now like I don't really have a good healer. I have Lily, but I'm not very good with Lily.
I fucking hate playing Lily too. She's boring as shit.
She can be boring. She's really good for beginners.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
know,
was me.
but-
I just pushed the Q button.
Like,
That's all you have. That's why she's boring.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The thing I liked about Brightwing is Brightwing had a pretty good heal where like you can do your like solo person heal, but like in general Brightwing just gave off like a group heal of people that are around you. So like I didn't have to like keep pressing Q.
They got rid of that?
They have it, but it's weaker by a
Okay.
lot. So now I'm thinking Rhaegar is gonna be my next purchase with coins because Rhaegar is pretty popular now and like.
Do you
he's a
have
good healer.
Malfurion?
I think I might.
Because we need to work on what we talked about earlier.
For whatever reason, I don't like playing Malfurion.
I don't either.
and I don't know
I
why.
tried him and I didn't like him either.
I don't know why. There's no reason for me to not like Malfurion.
Well, the only reason that I brought that up in our chat earlier, I'll give some context to this. When I was playing a couple days ago, I used Nazebo in Hero League because somebody took Vala, who I usually try to get. And the guy that was our healer was Malfurion. So we got in the game, and he was really excited when I picked him in the
Yeah.
hero chat. And he told me to lane with him, and he's like, "Oh, this is perfect because the zombie circle. You hit him with the zombie circle, and I'll root him."
Yeah.
And it's pretty nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you guys win that game?
No.
No.
Because the rest
No.
of your team was garbage.
No, I don't know what it is really. It's
Just-
hard. It's hard to put your finger on it, honestly.
Sometimes games just don't go your way. Like last night when we were playing, I'm sure Alex told you.
Yeah.
Just everything was
Told
going
me you
wrong.
guys had we had a tough day the day before.
Yeah.
We didn't win a lot.
I think I was stuck being healers I'd never played and tanks I'd never played.
That's the thing. I'm only comfortable with one player.
I'm comfortable with an entire like assassins, but like I never get to play them. in
I'm
Hero
okay.
League.
Well, I would say Vala and probably Johanna. I'm pretty comfortable with. She's pretty easy to play because you just can't die
Yeah.
almost.
Like, yeah.
So it's about matchups and like if you're playing against people that know who to counter with, you're probably gonna lose
Right.
if you don't know that stuff, which I don't.
Gotcha.
So, I only know of one counter and that's it.
What is it?
Mirrodin is good against Illidan and Zeratul because he
Yeah.
can stun them. But and Tassadar against Nova and Zeratul.
And Brightwing with Illidan too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because she can polymorph the
Yeah.
thing, and when Illidan's about to dive in, just
hit him
he's-
with it.
Yeah, and then he can't do anything for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leoric was a great addition. The monk is next, and I don't know how long this eternal
I think
conflict.
it's end of the month.
End of
It was
the
a
month?
month-long event.
Okay, so it'll be ending when the monk comes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'll be all over the monk.
Monk?
Big time.
Yeah,
that
monk.
was my Diablo character.
I don't know why the wizard's the one that's getting left out.
Oh, they're not doing the wizard?
They got data mined that the wizard is in fact in there.
Oh.
There's voice stuff for it, but if it ends with the monk, like how long am I gonna have to wait?
What did you think of the skin for Leorc?
The master skin or
The Viking looking one.
I don't like the Viking one that much.
Yeah, I like his regular skin better.
I think Leorc is an awesome looking character.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to change it for the other skin. The master skin looks alright.
Yeah.
It just looks cool because you look at his torso and it's just like his spinal cord.
I don't think I've seen the master skin.
It's just like he
I'll
has
look it up.
he has like a different helmet.
Okay.
But yeah, great character. Really like Blizzard's doing a great job with that game, I think.
I agree. Despite me not playing it, I was very impressed with it.
Yeah, they do a good job. There's supposed to be another map too that they're doing for this whole Diablo thing.
Oh, really?
Thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's still gonna happen. I was actually kind of excited for the StarCraft event because the Protoss are my favorite StarCraft civilization, and like the Legacy of the Void is the expansion, which is about them. So I'm thinking like the next heroes from StarCraft are gonna be all that.
Yeah.
Which excites me.
Huh.
So, Here's the Storm is good. Let's see. I played a lot of Rock Band while I was in Florida.
Nice.
Probably, I think I played every day for like 4 hours at least.
Getting practiced up.
How are you liking it? Still great.
Oh my god, the game's great because what they do, because Guitar Hero doesn't have this as well as like Rock Band, but the Rock Band store. So like I generally don't like the music that's in the base game because it's like I don't really like old rock music. Like I don't know, it just doesn't tickle my fancy. I like the music that I like. So Rock Band has all of that, and like it may be 160 like Microsoft points or whatever, but like I'm willing to spend $5 to get a couple songs that from bands that I love, and
Yeah.
we'll play them. And that's pretty much what we did. We played through the same 20 songs like every day for.
It's still
A
super
week.
fun though.
Yeah, it's a blast. Like put on expert, no fail mode, and we're just going to town. It was just so much fun, and it got me really excited for the next Rock Band that's coming out in October, and I pre-ordered it.
That's
Nice.
expensive, isn't it?
I'm debating and just doing the game and guitar or the entire thing. I don't know.
Oh, you can do just game and guitar.
I think so.
How much is it for the whole thing? It was fucking
It
expensive.
was like 200,
yeah, holy shit.
which sucks. But
Yeah, I think when we got Guitar Hero World Tour for the 360, it was like $180.
that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
and
I can't. I'd like to, but I'm not going to spend that on it.
if you get just the game, you can borrow something
Yeah.
from me to use.
Eh.
If you have any interest, or it's just something that I'll have that when you guys come over and like,
Yeah, that'd be
play.
fun to do.
do some videos for it, but that's so much fun. I don't know. It's not something you can really like get into detail about. It's just a ton of fun to play that music and all the songs and stuff, and have fun with your friends with it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a mic, so unfortunately nobody got to
got to
sing.
sing.
But it would be like 2 in the morning, and we'd just still be there playing and shredding on guitar.
Nice.
Played a lot of Smash. That game's still great.
Billy wants to play you.
I played him.
Oh,
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that Yoshi's not my best character anymore. Duck Hunt is overtaken as my best
Oh,
character. Because he's the only character that when I played Billy, like I played pretty well against. Billy's really good, by the way.
Corey has always said that I was the naturally gifted gamer of our group. Billy's probably the most naturally gifted gamer I've come across in my personal life.
His Link is unbelievably good. Like because like in the first game it's your 2 best characters. Like I chose Yoshi, he chose Link. He just destroyed me.
Did he?
Yeah. I think he might have won 1 or 2 more than me. We played like 20 games maybe. We played a lot. It was
Nice.
like an hour and a half to 2 hours of playing. That game's great. I'm still playing it every couple of days, a couple matches here and there. Lost a lot of my skill, but
Did you ever look up how many hours you've put into it?
is there a stat in there for that?
Yeah, if you go on the Wii U, the
Mm-hmm.
activity tab, and then if you click on that, it'll tell you how many times you've played Smash Brothers and how many total hours you've played Smash Brothers. I mean, it does it for all games. But
Okay, I gotta do that. Because
Yeah.
there's that one day I played like 80 games online.
Yeah.
I I need to play more to get my skill back, though, because I've noticed people have been beating me, and I don't like that. I want to be better than everybody.
Gotcha.
When you got games like Heroes and Rocket League out there, though.
That's the thing. I don't know, but Smash is a game I keep consistently coming back to a lot. So I don't know.
It's like me with Mario Kart.
Yeah, I've been playing a little Mario Kart, too. It's something that keeps bringing me back here and there.
These online games are ruining me. These
They are.
online competitive games.
You don't really you don't progress.
Exactly. I don't feel like there's an end goal.
Right. You just play it. It's fun.
Because I don't play enough to get better.
Well, but I mean, ultimately, you play to have fun. So that, I mean, that I guess.
Well,
is a
not
goal in
Heroes.
itself. Well, good point.
What's the
draw there?
What's the pull there?
Addiction.
There isn't any. You're right.
I got so giddy though the other day because I hadn't played in a while, and I was running up the stairs to play when I knew I could, and I got so giddy. I go, oh god, I haven't played in so long. I'm so excited.
Nice.
And I got on and got thoroughly fucking just took a broomstick up the backside.
Oh man.
And yeah,
did it crush your spirit?
And no,
Oh, that's good.
that's what usually happens. Honestly, it's fun. Like if I was playing with Alex, so like at least we can commiserate together.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Because when you're getting just thoroughly beat, it becomes funny. You're just laughing.
Plus, if you're doing Hero League, like when you're getting thoroughly beat, it's not because there's a bunch of noobs on your team,
Right.
So it's not frustrating that way.
Yeah, it's just because
It
you're
usually is, like,
outmatched.
yeah, it's usually team makeup
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
For whatever reason, when I was playing with Johnny, Evan, and Alex, we just could not do anything. I couldn't put my finger on why.
yeah, that's the thing. So it would be nice if I could just point to, okay, this is what we need to do, but usually I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, am I being a bad tank? Is the DPS not doing anything? Is the healing not being good? Like, I don't know. Maybe we're just bad.
Don't play enough. Not enough time in the day.
Yeah. Because,
We're not in high school.
no.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why,
Even college.
that's why I miss
Yeah.
high school.
Well, yeah, Alex told me today. He goes, I'm heading back up to college soon, and he told me his schedule. He goes, I get out of class at noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm going to play Heroes all day, every day.
Yep.
That sounds amazing.
Doesn't that?
I'm going to try and make my schedule so I get out at
I
noon.
go, God, I am so jealous of that.
It's fantastic.
But the other thing I played and beat was Journey.
Hey,
Yeah,
well done.
that's right. I forgot you played Journey.
Yeah, I bought it last night because it came out and had issues downloading it. It kept telling me this game wasn't available to purchase after I had already bought it.
That's
like-
weird.
And I was like, oh, am I not going to be able to play Journey? Because I had planned my day today to play Journey at like 11 or whatnot. So luckily, all the way to the right, there's the library thing on
Yeah,
the PlayStation
yeah,
Home.
yeah.
I just went there and downloaded it from
Okay.
there. So that's an easy fix for people who are having that issue. But what a game. This game is awesome.
Was it fucking great?
It's only 2.5 hours long, but something about it was just so...
Did you run into any other players?
That was by far my favorite part because they show you the people that you've run into during your time,
Yeah.
and there was only like 3 people, and there were some really good moments with that. Like at the very end of the game, am I allowed to? Should I get into spoilers?
Yeah,
No.
it's been out for a while.
I want to play it.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit. I mean, you can do some mild spoilers.
It's-
I know a little bit about
It's
it.
kind of, you build your own story in your head.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's basically like the ending when you're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eric
It's
talked
just-
about that before.
When you're walking together, like it was so nice to have somebody with me to go through that final like moment.
See, I did it alone, which is a whole different feel.
It made me feel so much better. And
Well, if you remember when I played that game, I didn't even know that the other people were actual people.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of following them around, fucking around, which is probably why they left. Because I wasn't like progressing.
yeah.
Right.
I didn't know it was other people, so I just was going over see if I could interact with them.
And you know that button that makes like the person that like the white orb thing goes
Yeah.
around? It's like we're having our conversation while we're
Yeah.
going and we're both like spamming it for like a couple hits and then like I would let the other person go and we're doing that back and forth as we're going through this final moment and it was just so nice. And like the part where you go up to the hill, the snowy hill,
Uh-huh.
and like I was with somebody different and like we both, fell and it was
Yeah.
like and then we both came up together and then like as I was going through like the snow part where the wind was blowing and knock you off like the guy I got knocked off and the guy waited for me and I was
Did he?
like that's amazing and like that
What a perfect game.
exactly that's exactly what it made me think about life just in general.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
I think that's
I'm gonna
the point.
play it on yours, Will, at some point.
Just let me know when you want to borrow
really
it.
want to play it.
What a
I can't.
perfect game.
I don't need to borrow it, but maybe I'll just come over and
Yeah, because it is only two and a
Yeah.
half hours.
I'll just come over and play sometime
It's-
when you're not there.
It was.
Dan,
make
if
mom
you,
watch
if
the
you
kids.
can, really just get the atmosphere right.
I will
Play it at night when it's dark.
Okay.
Put the headphones on.
Uh-huh.
Maybe light a candle or two,
and
just
lose myself.
Oh God, don't! You can't have anybody around either.
I won't.
You gotta just be by yourself
Yeah.
and just do it. Oh God, what a fucking perfect game!
Yeah, it's.
I gotta play it again.
It's. This game is amazing, and like I didn't play Flower or Flow, so like this is my first experience with playing
Well,
that game, dude.
Flower
that game's-
doesn't hold a candle to Journey.
That game company.
That game company. Just this game was amazing, and like I was reading people on Reddit saying like, oh, this game's like really simple, and I was like, huh, okay.
So?
And I played it. I'm like, I'm glad it's simple. Like I didn't want anything other than what the game was.
It's simple, like gameplay wise, but like it's not simple depth and thought wise.
Exactly.
That's what's different about it.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna get out of it what you the thought that you put into it.
Mm-hmm. And just like
People don't like to think.
no,
Yeah.
they don't.
That's very true.
So
Well,
I-
there's no guns.
I was gonna say
right, there's no shooting.
my witty comeback for that is always I'll go play Call of Duty then.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't appreciate Journey and like what it brings to gaming, and I honestly what I think it means to gaming now and what it will mean to gaming, then you're probably not somebody I really want to deal with.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Go play Madden.
Yeah.
And like I said, the thing that makes the game just so much better was like the interaction with the other people, and like as I said, like I was having a conversation, which kind of got ruined when I saw the guy's PSN name. It was like Harry Cooter. And some random numbers, and I was like, "That's the person I
Yeah,
shared my
but you
final
know
moment
what?
with."
Even Harry Cooter could appreciate Journey.
Yeah, well, he shared his final moment with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, question.
yeah,
Best argument for video games is art?
definitely. This is probably the game that I would say is video games is art.
Yeah.
This is the one that I would definitely
Remember when
pioneer.
Corey posed the question, what game would you show to somebody who didn't know anything about gaming?
Would I suggest this game? Definitely.
Yeah.
This game, as you said, like gameplay wise, it's very simple that anybody can play, really. But like, it has so much depth with thinking
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and just like,
I would love to sit down and talk to the developers and just talk, like ask them, like, what did you think of Journey and like, what did it mean to you guys?
Yeah.
You know?
it's just about a life's journey, and it's just so. My
Fuck
scarf
me, what a
wasn't as
game.
long as other people's though. That kind of bothered me.
Oh,
I didn't know it ripped either.
yeah. I honestly don't remember. I gotta play it again.
Yeah.
And I will.
Just-
Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll save it for Extra Life.
Oh, there you go.
My second playthrough of Journey.
Yeah.
This game was definitely worth the money that I spent on it.
You know what? And I got it for free because I had already purchased it.
Oh,
If you purchase it on
really?
PS3, you got it for free on PS4.
It's
See,
awesome.
that's amazing. I
Yep.
think I spent like 11. I think.
Yeah, the
deal
pre-order was 11 something.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
part of their play promotion for 2015,
Yep.
which is always really solid, by the way.
I think was that your nibble bit last week that it was coming this week. That's
Yeah.
why it reminded me of it, and I was like, oh my god, it's coming. So. Like I said, I missed out on this because I didn't have a PS3, and I'm really glad that I finally
Yeah.
got the chance to play
Oh
it.
god, if that's one that everybody that switched over from Xbox should fucking jump all over.
And just like the graphics and how it just looks was just amazing. Like going through the hills when it's like when it was like dusk and you're sliding
Yeah.
downhill, like and you're going through like the. Just
Do you
looks-
remember the one of the parts that always sticks out to me is when I was sliding down like these temple ruins
Yeah, that's
and the sun would show in, but like it would also break up with
Yeah.
shadows with the pillars.
Yep. Was that when you're facing this way and you're sliding this way?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see in a video game.
I like stopped playing. I was
Yeah,
like-
I was just like, holy shit, this looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is a very good game. I love it.
I can't wait for you to play it, Dan.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Corey, you played it, right?
Yeah.
Corey, do you like it as much as we do?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
course,
I just
of
like
course.
God, I would have been devastated if you didn't, Corey.
You don't remember our
Alright.
conversations?
I Was it on the podcast?
Yeah.
No. I forget the podcast as soon as I walk out of here.
Pretty much.
Forget
me too.
what we talked about.
We've had numerous conversations about Journey.
Good. We should make that a thing that we have a quota for once every 6 months at least.
The 6-month Journey quota.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is definitely one of the best like game experiences I've had.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Nice.
That's all I played though. Really, I was gonna talk about.
Earthbound.
Oh yeah, Earthbound. With the sad news of Awada dying, which by the way, Dane, you said it last week, but I wasn't on, so I'm gonna echo your sentiment on it. But like, I don't get sad about deaths of people like that ever, like celebrities or anything.
Yeah.
But when Awada died, I was very, very sad.
Yeah.
It was just like he helped mold Nintendo to what it is today, and like helped with so many things. And hearing all these like legends of him, like him programming and stuff like that, and just like really was a bummer to see him go. And he was way too young to be dying.
Yep.
So he was instrumental in making programming the first Earthbound. So in honor of that, I played the second Earthbound, but I think it's the second one, right?
Mother 2, yeah.
Mother 2
in Japan.
So I started playing that, and I've only put like an hour into it, so like I'm not very far. I plan on playing more.
Yeah.
And I had this issue with Dying Light too. Like I wanted to try and play Leoric and Journey. So I didn't get as much time as I wanted, but like Earthbound's such a solid RPG.
Yeah, the first one's on Virtual Console now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's right.
It was for, the equivalent of Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the Nintendo eShop now, so.
Maybe I'll have to get that. Do you know who the character is about that? Because I know Mother 3 is Lucas.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm curious.
I didn't know anything about it. It was never released in the United States until I don't believe until
now.
Now, yeah.
I wonder if Mother 3 is gonna come.
Hopefully, that's what people are hoping.
The Earthbound games, like on the surface, because it's about like children, is like, oh, this is a happy game, but the stories are always really depressing in it.
Yeah.
And sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and that game holds up. Like it was a Super Nintendo game. I played it last year, actually.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, it holds up really well.
Great game. I'm gonna try and play through more of it, and I'm gonna try and like have that game beat. Like I said, I had the same issue with Dying Light. I played like maybe an hour of it, and I'm like, oh, this game's gonna be really good. I can tell already. I just haven't gotten a chance to really like playing it again because of Rocket League and Heroes and Smash kind of controlled my time.
I hear you.
That's it though.
Cool.
I'll have more on Earthbound and Dying Light next week.
Sounds good. I'll go now real quick. I only played 2 things other than Rocket League this week. Lots more Splatoon. I hit the 40-hour mark on my Splatoon playing.
A work week.
Nice, Dan.
That is a work week. I'm almost level 20. But I want to talk about Splatfest. Did you do any of the Splatfest?
Previously.
Okay, yeah.
Not this one.
The first one was cats versus dogs, and what Splatfest is you pick a side essentially. This current one, I thought the first one was a better idea. This one was water slides versus roller coasters, which I didn't care about either one.
Right.
Like I don't like roller coasters very much. I prefer water slides, but water slides like people pee in that water, so kind of grosses me out. I just picked water slides because I don't like roller coasters that much. But
People's
anyway,
open wounds are just festering in the water.
Exactly. Actually, the one in the UK, or I think it was all of Europe, was eating versus sleeping, which I thought would have been a lot better to do, but I would have picked eating.
Same.
Because I love food. I don't sleep
It's
very
an
much.
easy one.
Yeah. But anyway, what it is you pick your team, and it's all like it's all you play with those same people, like your teammates, I guess, the other people who picked, and you're just competing against the other side. So at the end, they tally up all the wins for your team. They factor in the voting, so popularity is important, but winning matches for your side is also important. But it's cool too because like in the in the lobby area, like they're having a big party and there's music playing. It's like almost like a rave in the lobby area. It's kind of cool. But then you go into the maps and they're all like dark and the music is different to celebrate like the Splatfest. They always have put out new weapons too, which is cool. But my side ended up losing this time because the last one was cats versus dogs. I picked the dogs, which ended up winning, but I also didn't get to play any of that because you rank up too, and your rewards will be based on your rank. For your rewards for the Splatfest, you get some kind of seashell thing that adds an extra slot onto your equipment to unlock more abilities for your equipment, which is cool for helping your build. But
This game sounds just amazing.
I love Splatoon.
I need to play it.
I don't know why you haven't yet. Just play it. See if you like it.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I do have it. It's in my Wii U.
Yeah, it's fun.
Haven't played it.
So yeah, played a lot of Splatoon. Still playing a lot of Splatoon. I also beat Remember Me.
Hey,
Thank you.
does that put you? I think that puts you past me.
No, we're all me, and Corey are all right around 20 games.
Okay.
I think you have 22. I think I have 20, and maybe Corey has 19. Something like that.
I think I have. Journey is my 20th.
Oh, is it? I put it on the list. So
Because I keep my own. I've decided to keep my own list so I remember everything for
good call.
Game of the Years and stuff like our split. What is it called?
Thummies.
Thank you.
Oh, did you hear our Thummy plans?
No.
We're having a fancy dinner.
Ritzy dinner beforehand.
Where?
We haven't
haven't
decided.
decided
Corey's the event planner.
Dressed
So
up.
you have to have a girlfriend before
You have
that.
to have-
or at least
and
a
an
date
escort.
prospect.
Plus
Yeah.
one.
It's a +1 event.
Okay.
You can bring Tom. That's fine.
Yeah, it can be a guy. We don't discriminate.
Nope.
No.
Okay. I know the person.
Anyway, I threw that one off the rails there.
That's okay. I thoroughly enjoyed Remember Me. I actually started taking screenshots because the game looks so nice. I think it's an underrated game. It's actually pretty well reviewed on Steam. I think the user score is like 86% or something like that. But it was
It's a little high for me, from what I remember.
Yeah, see, I tend to like games more the second time I play through them. It was the same with like BioShock Infinite. I don't know. I caught more in the story. I understood the combat system a little bit better too.
Yeah.
I think because it's very similar combat-wise to like Bayonetta. It's not as deep or anything like that, but it's similar. So I was a little bit better at it, having played Bayonetta. But it's cool. I mean, if you like Cyberpunk, you should probably play it because it's a. I think PC Gamer had it on their list of top 20 Cyberpunk games to play or something like that. So it's good. Corey, I'd be interested to see if you'd like it. I
was
doubt
just
it.
gonna ask.
You should try it.
Corey would hate it.
Yeah. I would be shocked if you liked it, Corey.
Just try it. You're only
Yeah.
going to waste a little bit of time if you don't end up liking it. But
Hey, I have it,
you
so-
might be interested enough in the because the gameplay is like okay.
Yeah.
But you might be interested enough in the world and the story to carry you through. I don't know.
Cyberpunk.
It's only
Yeah.
like 8 hours. It's not
It's
long.
short, yeah. I think it took me like 8 hours to beat it.
Yeah.
So, but I think my plan from here on out, because I'm trying to go back and play some games, but I also have some games on my backlog that I want to play. I think I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to play a new game now that I haven't played before, which I think is going to be XCOM: The Bureau Declassified.
Oh yeah.
And
Shut
I'm gonna-
up.
No, I am.
You gonna waste your time on that thing?
I want to play it.
All right.
Let him play what he wants to
Yeah.
play.
Dan,
yeah.
I think
Free
you
world.
give us 3 games and let us vote.
I could do that. What would Darksiders would be the other one?
Oh, I've always been interested in that.
Me
Nah,
too.
you
I
can
have
pass on that
Darksiders
one.
1 and 2. Shut up.
Corey
Corey.
doesn't want you to play any games.
I
I played it.
because
I didn't really care for it.
You did?
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would just go back and only play games that I played before. So I want to make sure I hit my backlog, my actual backlog, you know?
Yeah. Are you saying you're gonna play through them to beat them, or just experience them?
I'll probably beat them. I mean, it's XCOM, the Bureau Declassified is not a very long game either. It's probably 10 hours. Even if I don't like it, I'll suffer through it. I think. It'll take me 2 or 3 nights, maybe.
I think what you should play is Divinity.
I really can't. I want to keep the games kind of short because I'm still playing through
Massive Chalice.
Pillars of Eternity. Massive Chalice is going to be on my list. So
Cool.
I've already kind of decided it's going to be XCOM, the Bureau
Yeah.
Classified. So that's what I'm playing next. So shove it, Corey.
Wasting
I'll
your
keep
time.
If I don't like it, it's fine. But you know, it's a third person shooter. I was interested about it when it came out. I know I didn't get good reviews, but some people like it, so I want to try it.
No, I never played it. I did play Darksiders. It's not as bad as I just made it sound, but
Yeah.
it's better games out there to play.
Maybe, but I want to hit my backlog. That I have time. There's
Yeah.
no new games coming out for another month and a half at least. So
I was looking at my buy list today or yesterday. There's not a lot of definite buys on there for a
No.
while.
I've got September. I've got 2 games coming out.
I'm gonna
Then,
get the Uncharted collection in
like
September.
1 in October, maybe like 2 in November, and then 2 in December. It's really
Yeah.
not a lot of games.
Dang.
Yeah.
Are you getting Until Dawn, Eric?
I'm gonna wait for reviews
Okay.
on that one.
I think I'm gonna go for it. So,
Yeah, maybe we should split it
that's probably our best approach.
because we'll use my discount
So
and then
it'll,
we'll just split it.
it'll be like 25 each.
Yeah, let's plan on that for now.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
But that's all I played. What do you got, Eric?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I played Heroes and Rocket League, and that's what I expect for next week too.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Unfortunately.
All right, Corey, what do you got for us?
I do have something new, but before I get to that, I want to talk a little bit about Hearthstone
Yeah.
because I've been trying not to play every day because that uses a lot of time. I've been waiting till I get my 3 daily quests lined up, and then I do them all at once, just to maximize my time, my value. Time is money. So I've been trying to do that and play every 3 days or so, and it's nice because they have the Tavern Brawl thing too, so you get a card pack from that. Do my 3 dailies, do an arena run, buy a card pack, rinse, repeat. But the other night, I had a real good run. I think I had 8 wins in a row, and I was like ranked 19, and I ended up in like rank 15 or 14 or something like that. And then I played somebody who whooped me soundly, real quickly, and it was with a deck I had never seen before. So I Googled the player's name, and they had some results from some ESL tournaments.
Oh.
Oh.
So I don't know how that works. I don't know how many ranks, or not ranks, but levels of professionalism there is. But this person had some tournament results on ESL, so I think it's safe to assume they were a pro.
Awesome.
Especially considering how soundly they beat me. But speaking of Hearthstone, I also started listening to The Angry Chicken, which is a Hearthstone-specific podcast. And they were talking about the meta game and all that, like stuff I never would have thought of without somebody telling it to me. And it was really interesting because people are having a lot of issues with the way the game works and what kind of changes they can bring to the game to make it more fair for particularly people who want a legend, which is the highest rank you can get. And I guess the issue is it's too grindy for those people to reach legend rank. And it's not that it's difficult because it should be difficult. It's just too grindy. And they were just trying to come up with some ways that it wouldn't be so grindy. And that did kind of make me think, well, yeah, when was that match that I played? Like maybe the 15th or something like that. And I was rank 14 or 15 and I was playing a pro, somebody who probably legends every month. But apparently it's really difficult to reach the legendary rank, and I think the highest I ever got was rank 12. And I still had 12 ranks to go before I hit legend, so...
I mean, I kind of expect it to be extremely difficult to legend.
Absolutely, and that's what they said. It should be, but it shouldn't be so grindy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of always expect it to be like that, difficult and
Well,
grindy. So.
I agree and I disagree, because they do seasons every month. And in order to hit legend, regardless of how good you are, you pretty much need to play 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, and you're going to hit legend by the end of that's too much. It shouldn't take that much. Especially if you're a top player, you shouldn't have to spend that much time reaching the legend rank.
That's a job.
Yeah, exactly. The only people that do it are people that just play Hearthstone, and that's their thing. And most other people, from what I understand anyway, like I'm new to all this because I just started listening to the Angry Chicken podcast, but most other people get like rank 5, and that's where they top out. Most real good people who don't dedicate a ton of time to it. But like even when I play, I can't play the same deck over and over again. I just get bored doing that. But you have to do that to I don't know. It's weird. And like I said, like I went on an 8-game win streak the one day. The next day I played, I used the same deck I had that 8-game win streak with and lost like 8 games in a row without any rhyme or reason. It can be frustrating in that respect sometimes. But
That's matchmaking doing its job.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the 50-50 breakdown though. That drives me crazy.
I hate it too.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun with it though. It's making new decks, and I don't know, I'm excited for 130 new cards. Oh.
That's amazing. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is it next month? You said.
Yeah, sometime in August.
Nice.
But that's my 5 minutes of Hearthstone chatter.
Nice.
Played.
Anything else?
Yes, Etrian Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, that's right.
Not Persona Q, the game I thought. I explained, Will, I don't know if you listened last week, but I listened to somebody on a podcast talk about a video game, and I thought the entire time they were talking about Etrian Mystery Dungeon. Turns out they were talking about Persona Q. But
Corey,
convinced me to buy Etrian Mystery Dungeon.
you actually had me laughing pretty hard a couple times last episode. One was this thing, and then you talking about watching Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon playing. I was almost in tears when you said that. That's how funny I found
You
it.
should do it sometime.
Because, well, I told Mom and Dad about that, and Dad had started talking about that that album.
Well, I wondered. I know he likes to listen to the podcast, but he texted me out of the blue the other day, and he said, Corey, spent countless hours listening to Dark Side of the Moon in the early 70s. It was the best. People just don't understand. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I understand that.
I understand it now. Like I said, I had never really listened to Pink Floyd until that. Yeah, you hear them here and there, but until you like sit down and listen to an album start to finish,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
you
don't
haven't
think
really experienced a group.
I don't think that happens as much anymore.
No.
Where you sit down and listen to a record, you know.
Who could stomach the shit that's put out for that long?
Not just that, but with like iTunes and stuff, people will buy like 3 or 4 of the good songs off of an album. You know, like I don't think artists are creating too many good
Good
anymore.
album.
It's hits and filler. It's not an album.
They'll put 3 or 4 good songs on a 12-song CD.
The
And,
days of Weezer's Blue album are gone.
yeah, but
Depressing.
probably everyone says that once they get a little older. You know,
Well,
about today's.
Yeah, but
music.
we're right.
I agree. I agree.
Corey has the most experience with
Yeah,
this.
being
Well,
formerly
it's-
in the music industry.
Yeah, it's pop music. I mean, I don't know. Like it's a little bit different because Wilco just put out a new album that's really good.
Right.
A complete album. But that's you can't really consider them popular music. But everybody pays all the magnifying glass is on the popular music, and everybody looks at it and says, "Oh, that's music today is just garbage." But there is some groups putting out like solid music still.
Sure. But back in the day, I mean, I guess Pink Floyd would have been considered mainstream, right?
Right, that's
And-
the thing that I was thinking. Like, you're talking about like a big group,
right.
like Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
something like that. That is popular music,
But also
still,
good.
Well,
Yeah.
in my opinion, but a lot of people's
Right.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Times are different.
Yeah, they just are.
No.
Everything's like mathematically calculated now to be popular, which is
It's weird
Sad,
and
soulless.
sad.
It's the
Anyway.
the bidness.
go ahead,
I don't
Corey.
even want to talk about Etrian.
I want to do an episode where we talk about music sometime again. Remember we
do
did
that.
that?
Yeah, it was like off
It was
topic.
like a get to know us episode.
Yeah, off topic stuff.
You know what I was
Yeah.
thinking? I've got a Libsyn account for the hockey podcast I did one of and never did another one. I was thinking we could move our hangover episodes to that channel.
Yeah, you could do that. You can because you can change the name of it, right?
Yeah, it could be like the Thumbstick Athletes hangover. Then we could just talk about whatever. It's
We
not
should
as
do-
much bandwidth as what we have with this, but
Movies or music or something sometime. That would be fun.
I like that idea. with
I
the-
like talking about music, but I get frustrated when people say I have bad taste in music.
You know, none of
It-
us would say that.
it- I know exactly what you mean.
I get
It's
really upset.
I do too.
Just because I don't like the Beatles and Rolling Stone. They just never did it for me.
Yeah.
I don't
if
know.
somebody
I have-
says the phrase "you have bad taste in music," they're probably douchey.
I was at work, and
That
when
does
I,
sound like a hipster.
One of my best friends told me that.
really.
when I do load, I play music that I like.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "Oh, this is terrible." And I'm like, "What do you like?" He's like, "EDM." I'm like,
Who's EDM?
"That's electro dance music."
Skrillex,
Raves?
Yes, rave music.
I mean,
dubstep.
Skrillex is dubstep.
I
This
can
is
get into some Skrillex.
this is like I'll have to play some.
It's house party music.
It's headache inducing music.
It's what the Twitch playlist of music is. That's all EDM.
I
You go to
that's what it is.
Purgatory in Mass Effect.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I can dig it.
Yeah, some of it's pretty good. You know, it's
So,
It's with any genre. Some of it's good.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody could ever win that argument. It's like politics.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
No.
I'm gonna go work for McDonald's.
Shut up.
Stop it.
You probably make more than you are now, huh?
Make $15 an hour. Yeah. I wouldn't be
Now-
as happy.
99-cent cheeseburgers are going to be $2.99.
Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be the $2 menu or the $3 menu. But what bugs me about it, if you don't know what we're talking about, New York, the wage board did in fact approve the $15.
Oh, they did.
That was approved today. Yes, $15 for fast food workers. By the end of 2018 in New York City, and mid 2021 for the rest of the state. So it's a ways off, but it has been. I think there's one more step, but it's expected.
Same
to,
year that Netflix raises prices.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad year overall. But yeah, the $15 minimum wage for fast food workers. But I was talking to a nurse's aide today, and he's like, "I make minimum wage. How is it fair for a fast food worker to make $15 an hour, but a nurse's aide to make half that?"
And I can tell you from past experience, from my ex being a nurse's
my
aide,
God, that is hard work.
They deserve far more than minimum
Oh my
wage.
god! Because when being in the hospital with my kids were born, the nurses' aides, they did all the dirty work.
Oh, yeah.
The nurse did checking
Checking blood pressure.
the easier
vitals.
stuff. They made the nurses' aide do all the gross stuff.
Yep.
That's well, thank you.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
2021, you said?
2021. So
Anyway.
start planning your fast food career path now. Which one would I wonder if Chipotle qualifies? Because I'd work at Chipotle. That'd be all right.
Which one would you work at? That's your question. I like
Yeah.
that.
Taco Bell.
Can that be question of the week for next week?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't-
better than the one that I have. let me change that.
Perfect.
What was the one you had? Just
What game was not well received or popular that you would absolutely recommend to other people?
Oh.
I'll save that for the week after.
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
Until we come up with another fast food related question.
What fast food restaurant would you like to make $15 an hour at?
Working at. Oh boy.
Anyway. Feedback.
So that's Etrine Mystery Dungeon.
Oh yeah, you didn't talk. We've been bullshitting this whole time.
We sure have, Dan.
Damn it.
We derailed there.
Go ahead, Corey.
It's a dungeon crawling RPG from Atlas. I knew nothing. I don't think any of us have played any of the Etrine games or the Mystery Dungeon games. It is a crossover of the two. I did a little bit of research because I had no idea what it was. But Mystery Dungeon is a series, and this is Mystery Dungeon with an Etrian skin, and it's exactly that. It's a dungeon crawling RPG. Everything's turn-based. You get a little party of 4 dudes with different classes, different skills, different abilities, different equipment. And then you are going into dungeons that are randomized. Rooms in different spots, stairs in different spots, items in different spots, different enemies. And that's pretty much what it is. But what I really like about it is nothing gets in the way of the fun, the grindy part of just going into a dungeon and trying to get to the bottom of it, where there may be a boss, maybe a really good item, and just kind of do that over and over again. I've only done 2 dungeon crawls. It gets pretty difficult really quickly. The one thing I also really love about it is that the way the tutorial works is you see things in the game and you aren't really sure what they are, but you can go back to a guy and he'll tell you what they are. So it holds your hand a little bit to start, but that's only like 15 minutes, and then it kind of lets you figure stuff out on your own if you want, or you can go and talk to this guy and he'll explain it to you in greater detail, which I think is a really good way to do that stuff.
Yeah.
My current makeup is a Landsknecht, which is like a warrior guy. And he's my leader. You have to have a leader, and you always control the leader. You can switch between leaders, but like everything is based on a turn. So like moving one square is a turn, and attacking is a turn, and everybody takes their turns in order. So it's turn-based, but it's on like a regular like RPG kind of screen. But yeah, I have a Landsknecht. I think I'm pronouncing that right. A gunner who can fire healing bullets. That's an ability I chose. A Hexer, who can poison all characters in the room, which is really handy. If you walk into a room and there's 4 bad dudes, it's real handy to hit them all with poison. And then I have a Rune Master, who I just put a bunch of points into its lightning attacks, so that's just a big damage dealer that has to stand in the back because if it gets hit, it dies pretty quickly. But yeah, it's all very customizable. It's all very Japanese RPG. The game is just being in the dungeons. All the like town stuff is just menus, which is fine, you know. That kind of game, I'm playing it for a certain reason. Will, I actually think it's a game you would really like.
Etrian Mystery Dungeon?
Etrian Mystery Dungeon.
I'll have to. It's 3DS, right?
It is 3DS. I got it for like $16. Pretty good deal, and I really like it. I'm having a real good time with it.
Good
overall. And I did, like I said, I did 2 dungeons. The second one had a big bad boss at the bottom of it, and that
Does
was
it have an
really
ending?
fun. I don't know. I really don't know.
I would assume.
Yeah, but there's
Did you look up the how long to beat?
No, I haven't done that yet.
If it doesn't have an ending, then it probably won't have a how long to beat. I wouldn't think.
It's also roguelike in that if you die, you lose all the items and money you've collected through your dungeon crawl. You keep your experience, though, so you're still kind of working towards something. You're not losing everything. But I really like that aspect of it. And later on in the game, from what I understand, you can actually build forts, which you set up in certain levels of the dungeon that you're going into, so you can guarantee, like, that's what you'll start at that spot rather than having to start at the beginning.
That's cool.
And you upgrade...
5.5 hours.
Oh, well, I guess there is something to beat. And you can upgrade certain parts of the town. There's resource collecting, mining, foresting for materials that you then sell to the merchant to unlock new items. It's got all that fun JRPG-y stuff. It's one of those games, though, that I feel like if it hit me at a different time, I wouldn't like it, but it's like just what the doctor ordered.
Gotcha.
Corey, can you look on YouTube there for the stream and see if there's any gameplay of it?
Of Etrian Mystery Dungeon?
Yeah.
I absolutely can, Eric.
It sounds interesting to me.
It makes me kind of want to play the Etrian games.
Yeah. I've always been
cool.
Intrigued by the Etrian games.
Sure.
Never pulled the trigger. Same thing with Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to get the most recent one because it's like $20 on Amazon.
Isn't that the fashion show game?
No, that's Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem, or vice versa.
Okay, so that's the fashion.
Yeah, I think there's more to it than the fashion show.
You only put off or remember.
But I mean, it was hard to glean anything from the Nintendo Direct. Okay. Is that it, Corey?
That is it. Etrian Mystery Dungeon. I do recommend it. You can get it for cheap.
Cool.
This game looks cool.
All right. Feedback. First is email from Idaho Jake, who says, "Hey guys, I have my gaming funk. For some reason, all I want to do is play Skyrim. I played Batman and really liked it, but it started to get repetitive and I lost interest. But it is still a recommend. I have Elder Scrolls Online, but the PSN servers have been crap, or they're doing updates. I really like Rocket League, but usually when I play, no one else is on, so I just don't play. So the next thing I know, I jump on Skyrim and play, and I'll play for hours. I think what might be my problem is I have been working a lot, and I just want something simple and familiar. Now, I did a trick on my TV where you format a flash drive to the default setting, and then plug it into your TV, then unplug your TV, plug it back in, and turn it on, and your TV is 4K. The bigger the flash drive, the better quality it is, and I have to say I did notice a difference. FYI, I'm only using an 8 gig, and they recommend you use a 32 gig. I have not heard of that trick.
I actually did see something about it somewhere else,
Okay.
but I didn't read it.
I'll have to look into that.
I'm far too lazy to even bother to try it.
That's
so.
interesting.
Should we read what he described, Eric?
In the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's basically the same thing.
Did he explain it like I'm 5?
I asked him in the chat to explain it like I was 5.
Okay.
All right, so he says you take at least a 4 gig or bigger flash drive with a 32 gig recommended. Format it to the default, which is FAT32
Yeah,
or
FAT32.
FAT32 or
Yeah.
NTDF.
Yeah.
Then unplug your TV, plug the flash drive into the service slot, plug the TV back in, and you should have 4K similarities. He says your TV should already have the 4K capabilities, but it doesn't have the memory. So usually you use the flash drive to give it the memory.
Gotcha.
So that's why it has the better quality.
That's crazy.
It kind of makes sense, but like I never would have thought you could do something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because what's your TV but just
It's worth a shot.
a computer, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Thanks, Jake. Dave in Boston said, this is in response to Rocket League. I've loved this game since I played the beta. So easy to play, and it's not just for sports fans. I really like how you can play co-op versus a computer instead of having to play against other players, and that the matches are short so you can play game after game and even change the difficulty before each match. Though much like Madden, you win 7-0 on rookie and lose 7-0 on pro. I did find the advanced tutorial a challenge. I could hardly rocket up to hit the ball on some of the drills. So I find I just play this game very basically and still have fun. I'm absolutely going to buy whatever DLC this game has to offer to support these guys. I'm hoping they'll add more cars and especially more stadiums. I'd love to see an online season be available instead of just single matches. That's also a good idea.
Yep.
Also, what would be cool would be to have a 3 or 4 player cutthroat game in which everyone was on their own and had their own goal to defend, but could score on any of the other 2 to 3
I
nets.
like it. A real big circular dome.
A circle or a big square, and have one on each side. That's a great idea, Dave.
Well, I don't think square would work. Well, I guess it could work, but it would take away like the ball going around the corners and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe
You know
have
what I
the maybe have the goal be in the corner.
The squared circle of the WWE,
Yeah.
as they call it.
Yeah, there you go. Or have the goal be in the square so everything gets funneled into
That's
the goal.
a good idea. That would be a blast. Oh man,
Yeah.
what a great game.
I mean, it just goes to show that there's a lot they can do with it too.
Oh, there absolutely is.
That's from Dave in Boston. Valerie in Illinois says, "Hi, athletes. I'm going to start by saying I love Rocket League. I also totally suck at it. This is quite possibly why I love the game so much. No matter how awful you are, it's still fun as fuck to play." I can totally agree with that. I'm in the same boat as you, Valerie. I ended up playing for nearly 3 hours the other day and didn't even realize it. For me, that's a long time to get lost in a game. I usually play 1 to 2 hours, then I'm done. 99% of the time, I'm yelling at the TV because I was super close to an amazing shot, but then I'm rammed from behind and sent flying. The game is definitely built on the almost plays. You almost hit it right, but never actually do. I really do implore anyone and everyone to try Rocket League. Come find me and play a match. I'm very interested in getting a group together that we can actually chat on the mic and have a game plan. I'm playing on Ryan's PS4 account, Greenbow 4. Can't wait to play with everyone. As a final side note, I've been playing so much I actually injured my thumb and had to take a break. Talk about a thumbstick athlete injury.
Yeah,
Thanks for the free podcast.
on the shelf on the IR.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a really long time since I've actually hurt my thumbs. It's been since the old, remember the Square Nintendo controllers? I think my thumbs have hardened since then, but I could see that totally happening.
Yes, Valerie, if I'm on and you're ever on, please send me an invite. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play this weekend a fair amount. So.
Yeah. And Tito seems like he wants to play too. Then
Tito said he's going to play Sunday.
Cool.
Sunday morning from I'm available 7 to 3-ish.
Nice.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then the Kick Out Show on Twitter says Rocket League is so addicting.
Yeah.
And I think the rest is question of the week.
Yeah.
Corey, question of the week.
Question of the week was simply, what is your game of the year so far?
Idaho Jake says, well, as for question of the week, I'm not really sure. I have one. I think I would say The Witcher 3 because that's the only game I've played for more hours of. But if the servers were better and meeting up with friends was easier, I would say ESO.
Wow.
Ryan in Iowa had an answer for this too, I think, and I can't remember where I saw it. And I know I didn't put it in the feedback.
Okay.
I think it was on
but
Facebook.
Was it on Facebook? I'm checking right now.
I can't find things on Facebook
Facebook's
ever.
a disaster.
It is a disaster. I'll read Tito's right now.
Yeah.
Tito says, game of the year so far goes to Rocket League. One reason, I haven't played very many games this year, but it's a great blend of simplicity meets extreme fun. But that doesn't mean it's stupid simple. There are fun tricks and advanced techniques you can pull off even with a small arsenal of controls at your disposal. Soccer games have always made the best sports games, and Rocket League continues that tradition in a unique way. All we need now is British sports announcers call Rocket League games for esports. That would be that would be amazing to hear Ray Hudson call Rocket League games, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah. I think Ryan's pick was Massive Chalice, though.
Massive Chalice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it. It was in the email, Eric. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Ryan in Iowa says, Massive Chalice. I love Dying Light, and that is a close second with Story of Seasons bringing up third place trophy at the moment. I can't stop playing Massive Chalice and might end up sending in a voicemail. Please do.
Yeah.
When I actually finish a playthrough, I'm about 14 hours into the game. Always something new to discover.
Nice.
I gotta play that.
I have to
agree.
play it too. I got to get
Yes.
Will's Steam account connected to mine again.
You're not?
No, because when I formatted my computer, I lost all that stuff, and I only connected to Eric's and Tim's.
That's right.
and
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
I've got connected to Corey's too.
Yeah, I don't got
You
much.
guys still have access to my games, but I
Wait.
don't have access to yours.
Oh, I was gonna say, how was he playing your Rocket League?
Yeah. They still have access to mine,
Okay.
and that's it for feedback.
Yes.
Will, game of the year so far?
I would probably say Heroes.
Heroes,
right
Hots.
now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just because I've played so much of it, and
Yeah.
you guys know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't need to speak on
You
that
don't need
any
to.
longer.
Yeah, you don't need to explain.
You guys understand.
It's been spoken to.
Eric, game of the
Rocket
year so far.
League.
Rocket League.
Yep. Closely followed by Bloodborne.
Gotcha. Corey,
I think I gotta go with Hots as well.
Hots.
Yeah.
Wow.
That surprises me.
I like that.
I like that.
I got a little boner when you said that,
Even
Corey.
though I just can't bring myself to play it anymore.
But I like that you appreciate what it is.
Yeah, you
Good
have
bit.
to.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Corey. I mean, I'm not picking that, but it'll probably be on my top 5 for game of the year by the end of the year, only because like I feel like it refined the MOBA so much, and some noob like me could play it and enjoy it, even though I'm in the same boat as Corey. Like I said, probably won't ever play it again, but it made me appreciate like what a MOBA is and see the
Same.
value in it.
Not to mention that this was the only game that brought the 4 of us together to play it.
Play
for
one, yeah.
Probably like a month.
It was a month,
We
yeah.
all played it because even our cousin Chris would like play with us.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if there weren't 2 podcast weeks in a row where we didn't get on and play a game after we recorded.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There was. That's right.
That's
I got in
was.
trouble for it one week.
that's a feat.
Yeah.
And it's the thing about it with me too is just the creativity in what they do with the heroes. And we talked about why they're able to do that. They don't have items, so they can really mess around with what the heroes can do. And it's like just weird stuff, like Leoric's inability to die, like Abathur's weird whatever.
Whatever he does.
Marky's weirdness.
Yeah, Marky's weirdness, and even like,
Stealth heroes like Nova and Zeratul.
well, that's just frustrating and annoying. But like ETC's stage dive. I don't know. It's just there's just so much creativity in that game.
And you haven't even played the new Diablo map, have you?
No.
Dude, you should.
That map's
You really should
so
try
good.
it. It's fucking great.
It's good stuff.
Play with us one afternoon until you play that map.
I'll need a few drinks before I do that.
That's fine.
Get liquored up and be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's fine. Do it.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your guys' win-loss ratio.
Match, who cares?
I don't care.
Yeah, I could do that.
QM, man.
Yeah,
QM, bro.
There was an update installing today for it, and I was like, should I just delete this? But
No.
I didn't. Not yet, anyway.
It's your game of the year. You can't delete it.
Exactly.
Game of the
Even-
year so far.
Even I haven't deleted it yet off my computer. It's still on there.
I mean, the way that we vote, it might win.
It might win if it's top on a couple lists, but on every list, it could very well win.
Yeah,
So,
I can't see it dropping below 3 for me.
right.
So,
me either.
Yeah, I was looking at the games coming up later on this year, and I don't know that mine's going to change from now.
Same.
Like
What is yours? You didn't say yet, did you?
it'll be The Witcher 3.
Oh.
I absolutely love The Witcher 3. I don't know. There's not heavy hitters. I don't think coming out in the fall that could
Metal Gear?
replace me. I don't know. I'm not a Metal Gear guy. I'm gonna play.
Is
play
that
it.
going to be on? Is that PC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you guys see the Metal Gear Easter egg?
No.
You know how I talked. You know how I talked about last week how they removed like the Hideo Kojima production from the box art and all that. Apparently, there's a side quest in Metal Gear where
Ground Zeroes.
Ground Zeroes is that the new one that's coming out or that's already
No.
out?
One that's out.
Yeah,
The short one.
okay.
It was in Ground Zeroes.
So
yeah.
apparently, there's a quest in that where you physically, by shining your flashlight on walls, you remove logos. Like Solid Snake is going around moving logos from walls, and like the stuff he removes are like a Hideo Kojima production, and all the Metal Gear games that have come out in the past are logos on walls, and the ones that Hideo Kojima worked on you can erase, and the other ones it says, oh, that one's fine, that can stay. It's really clever.
Wow.
That's interesting.
You know, fuck that company.
What happened? Like, I don't even.
Yeah, we don't know.
Some sort of falling out. I mean, we saw it with PT. They just kind of canceled that.
Yeah, you can't if you didn't keep it on your console.
Yeah, it's
fucked.
gone.
Dan, Fallout 4 possibility though.
Oh yeah,
I
forget
forgot.
about Fallout 4.
Tito
Yeah,
brought that up.
that's a good. Yeah, fair enough, Tito. You're right.
Fallout 4 is that game at E3 that was so good that nobody considered it for game of the show because it wouldn't have been fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like a forgotten thing now.
It could very well be Fallout 4. You're right, Tito.
I'm trying to forget it, so I'm surprised when it's right around the corner.
It's kind of right around the corner.
5 months or whatever.
Mario Maker?
I don't think so.
No?
I think it's gonna be fun, but I don't think that'll be.
It's your typical
game
Wii U game. Really
Yeah.
fun. But although Bayonetta 2.
I was never heavy into Mario anyway, as a platformer. I just think it's gonna be fun to mess around with and build levels.
You see they announced a Mario Maker bundle?
Yeah, with Amiibo.
Yeah.
For those poor Amiibo collectors out there. I'm still looking for the stupid Splatoon Amiibo 3-pack. I don't think I'll ever find it.
I don't know where Linky Poo went.
Well, if I ever stumble across it, Dan.
Yeah.
I'll grab
Scalpers buy them up. And they sell them
Yeah.
for $90.
Such bullshit.
Yep.
I hate those people.
Me too.
Jake in the chat says Fallout 3 just cause Fallout 4 just cause 3
Yeah.
or No Man's Sky will probably be his favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know about No Man's Sky.
I
think
can't see that being game of the year. I just
Yeah.
think it'll be really fun.
Is
Yeah.
that coming out this year? For
Yeah,
sure.
Don't-
but well,
most likely.
uh,
That seems to be the consensus.
All right.
my theory is they're going to announce a release date at the end of this IGN month-long
What if
feature.
they like tease a special announcement available now?
That'd be pretty tantalizing.
I know. How much do you think people's hype would go through the roof?
I
as they
can't see it happening, but that would be
frantically
that'd be
downloaded it.
brilliant.
That would be
That would be
amazing.
Download it now.
Those IGN firsts, though, get me more and more excited for that game.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
And they do a good job with those jerks.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but Corey, you were the naysayer.
I am not a naysayer.
I don't know.
I don't
you-
like getting this label of being like the No Man's Sky hater.
Corey, you did speak pretty negatively of it.
Yeah,
No,
you did-
I spoke negatively of the hype.
You said that this game is going to be something everybody forgets about.
That's not what I said.
You basically called it hot garbage from what I remember.
God. I quit.
Corey,
I'm done.
Question of the week for next week.
What fast food restaurant would you like to make $15 an hour working at?
Gotcha.
Great question.
That was a great question.
Thanks, guys.
That's everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, that'll do it for episode 209 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Well,
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. Holy crap, I gotta pee.